All right. Tonight, we are going to have a very, very quiet stream because Prude is sleepy.
Oh, on job?
Prude, yeah, no, apparently, welcome everyone, by the way. Apparently Prude is very sleepy and he's very tired. So, we're going to be, this is going to be an ASMR all whisper stream. We're just going to talk like this the entire stream. And actually, no, that's probably a bad idea because I'm actually put Prude to sleep.
Yeah, I was actually
that's the opposite of what we want to do. No, let's have some fun tonight. How about that? I mean, don't everyone get excited all at once on me.
Fun.
Every night is fun when I'm involved.
Oh, on Java?
I'm having fun with an asterisk.
Yeah. Anyway, number 42. Hey, this is the one, boys. This is the one. I'm telling you. This is the one that's gonna do it. You said
that last week.
I did. You know, I did. Kind of just pun it down. So, Prude, of course, was late again. I didn't get to get my affirmations in pre-stream. So if this one sucks, that's why.
Wait, you didn't get your affirmations in because I was late. That doesn't really track. You should.
Well, because I was. Yeah, because I was worried about you. I was like, oh no, my buddy. So I couldn't get my affirmations. I was,
42 is also the stupid meme from fucking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Remember my God, is that a heckin'... I don't know, who's the author that wrote that? Not Terry Pratchett. Douglas Adams.
Yeah.
Is that a heckin' Douglas Adams reference?
Bradshaw?
No, I said Terry Pratchett. However, Terry Bradshaw either starring in or reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy would make it infinitely more enjoyable, I think. So
I remember the film coming out when I was a kid, and it was like the people online kind of joked about kind of like how they would eventually joke about the fucking cake is the lie shit from Portal, where it was like it would bleed into like the normie space a little bit, and it was like very like proto Reddit. But
God, we were so just before you got here, me and Suck were talking about like I was talking about. Do you remember this is in context for cultural reasons, but do you remember the joke Nignog trying to get a hand beezy?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like that was one of those where it was just like there was a certain point where like memes were terrible. It's what I'm trying to say. And I don't know when they got better, but to look back and look at like even to go far as back like God, what was it in like the fucking Dancing Baby? Remember the Dancing Baby GIF?
People were pretty easily amused at that time.
That's true. Yeah, but then that 42, oh my God, heckin' cake is a lie, XD. Yeah. I think we can thank Trump, because memes got pretty good when Trump ran for president.
Mm-hmm. When the memes regarding him were good, I think that the culture has actually kind of been downhill since, but
true.
Like the larger culture.
Wait, no, are you trying to tell me that Hill Dog memes weren't the peak of hilarity? Well, for unintended reasons, yeah. But I never understood if Hill Dog memes were like sincere or if it's one of those things like there was one, like the first one was sincere, but then all the ones that came after it were like not.
It's probably like the first couple feds.
Yeah.
We're being.
It was like one of those like counter signaling things where they came in and they were like, oh, we gotta go against Pepe. We were like, what's the counter Pepe? And it's like Hill Dog. It's like, really? That's it. So, speaking of memes, not at all. Food. What we snacking on tonight, boys?
Well, I guess I didn't really plan anything, and I woke up right right after the stream actually started, or was supposed to start. So without having anything ready to go, and because it's a little chilly, it's raining again,
yeah.
I decided to just make soup here in my room with my mini rice cooker. So I cracked open one of my cans of Progresso Chickenara, which is chicken soup with meatballs, and veggies and stuff, and like those little round pasta bits. Which I have on hand because sometimes I don't feel like planning dinner for work, and I just bring those as a convenient meal in a can. So I cracked open one of those, and it's cooking in the rice cooker here behind me. So
That is, honest to God, one of the most depressing things I've ever heard in my life. Suck, what you got?
All right, so what I'm feasting on right now is a nice cup of blue raspberry lemonade.
Very nice.
It's a nice 13 calories, so it's not a
Nice.
super sugary one. And then for dinner, I boiled some meat. This time I went for chicken.
Mhm.
At the advice of Mr. Zoo, if we're calling him that now.
Why not?
We shouldn't do that.
No.
45 minutes, 149 degrees in the pot. So I went for some hot chicken here.
Mhm.
So my spices, I had a bunch of ground cayenne pepper, chili powder, paprika, and then some salt, pepper, garlic, a little bit of brown sugar. That was a spice. I threw that in the bag with the chicken. Cooked it for the 45 minutes. Did a quick sear on it. Came out fantastic this time.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I ate today.
Very nice. I made some. I'm not gonna pull a picture, but I made some chicken fried rice. Yes, I am trying. Yes, I am telling you, chicken fried that rice.
Holy shit!
And man, it was so. The first few times I made it, I kind of fudged it up a little because the absolute key is you have to chill the rice. Like you have to chill the rice. That's absolutely key. You can't do it any other way. And that was the thing I'd messed up on, and it came out all kind of gummy and gooey. But and I chilled it just right. I did everything. Oh my god, it's so good. On last week's show, I mentioned that I was going to go to an Italian place this week. Didn't end up doing that for a couple of different reasons. Mainly, it's too expensive, and it kind of sucks. I think we talked.
It's overrated.
Yeah, I think we talked about at some point how the thing about Italian food is of the ethnic air quote staples. It's the easiest to replicate at home.
I'd argue tacos are kind of the easiest, but Italian's definitely.
I'd say, I don't know. It depends because.
Well, actually, Suck's got a point because there's Taco Bell. I know that's not Mexican. Let's not go down that road.
You can replicate that pretty easily. But...
Yeah, chalupas. I love making chalupas. It's a little bit of an ordeal.
But to be fair, Taco Bell is kind of the equivalent of if you just had spaghetti and meatballs, but it was frozen meatballs in jarred sauce, and you just boiled the noodles. It's kind of that level of whereas a traditional Italian meal, you might make a very long cooking meat sauce.
Mm-hmm.
All sorts of other shit, or a lot of the Italian food that looks good to me isn't even fucking pasta. It's more like Northern Italian cuisine where it's more it overlaps with French a little bit.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of depth to it, if you will. So, but yeah. So something that I can replicate at the house, at the crib, if you will, that I'm not paying $15-$16 for that.
I mean, I wouldn't for sure, especially if it's just gonna be basic pasta dishes. Not worth it.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I didn't end up doing that. So I didn't really have anything interesting this week. I do have. I know everyone loves when I say something about Subway. I do have a slight Subway complaint this week. I as y'all know, announced it a couple of weeks ago. My transition, right? Yeah. I'm transitioning Subways. My new Subway was out of literally just almost everything: turkey, tuna, ham, bacon. They were just I was like, what the hell happened here? Did a fucking school bus come through here? What happened? I never got an answer on that, so hope that doesn't replicate next week. I hope it's better. It's extremely fucked up and, controversial. So anyway, yeah, that's not great. Anyway, I'm not snacking anything right now because, I'm trying to lose weight.
Hey, in addition to my soup, I have some jerky in my bag that I stole from work. So
Sure. I mean, the fact that you have something on hand that you pilfered from your employer is just assumed at this point. So
maybe I'll find some sweets or something at some point.
Oh yeah.
See how the night unfolds.
Oh, I got I hit the corner market last week, and they do a lot of 1 for 1, buy one or buy this or buy so much of something or buy spend a total amount and get something free. They had a do that, and get a Bluebell, and your boy went in and got some of that Bluebell, and I forgot what his chocolate and peanut butter overload or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it had like,
Sounds great.
it had little peanut butter cups. It might even have had like cookie. No, I don't think it had cookie dough in it. It had a lot of chocolate, had a lot of peanut butter, and yeah, it was. The thing about Bluebell is it's like so creamy. That's just, oh my Lord Almighty, it's so
Well, if
good.
you're gonna get one of those flavors that has like add-ins, like you got to go all the way, right? Like it has to be heavy-handed because that's the whole point. And so,
Yeah.
if it had a bunch of shit in it, that's nice.
Yeah. I love one of my favorite actually ice cream flavors is Private Selection, right? Kroger brand, which I am like #1 simp for talking about Kroger brand, right? I think it's great. I think not a lot of things they do are misses. A lot of hits. A lot of Private Selection stuff is way better than a store brand should be. Yeah. But specifically for this one, geez Louise, what is it called? Oh, come on. I would forget the name of it. I'll look it up, but it's like, it's chocolate. And then there's like, how do I refer to it like slates of like shale, SHALE chocolate in it. I don't know if I'm explaining that very well or not, but
no.
Private
I get what you're saying.
Selection ice cream flavors, but I mean it goes incredibly hard. So pull it up.
So,
Basically, like it's got a lot of thin layers of chocolate with that.
There's like, oh, is this extreme? Okay, it might be Extreme Moose Tracks, I think. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Denali Extreme Moose Tracks, Private Selection. Oh my god, they got it. Yo, on God, they got it marked down to $2.79 for a pint. Let's go. I don't need that shit though. For real.
So it looks like there's like like fudge bits inside of a chocolate ice cream thing. It's fine. It's a little heavy on the chocolate side, I'll say.
I'm a big chocolate guy.
Really?
Yeah.
So you know that like Pro ZD guy or whatever. It's like the fat Asian dude on YouTube.
Yes. Yes.
He just gets back in the day, and like now he's done this thing where he just reviews random foods and stuff.
Kind of based.
He did. Yeah, I mean, I can give you. I mean, that's kind of in our wheelhouse, but I feel like he should actually pay us royalties for that. But
yeah.
But he did one. He did one episode where he's like reviewing all like the Ben and Jerry's or whatever, and I kind of agree with the point he was making that like chocolate just gets very samey very quick in my opinion.
Hot take, damn.
Very hot take.
Nuclear take even.
Vanilla ice cream as a base on its own or with stuff in it is just I feel like a lot more versatile and a lot less like, fatiguing on the taste buds.
Wow. Okay. Well,
in my opinion, the
wrong,
best,
but okay.
The best chocolate-based ice cream is actually my all-time favorite, which is the Thrifty Chocolate Malted Crunch. And the reason why that's good is because it's a very light chocolate. It's like the base for it kind of tastes like what happens when you get like you go to like the soft serve machine and you get the swirl and it melts together. And so it's like a half vanilla, half chocolate, like that kind of flavor profile, but for like a regular ice cream base. So it's like a pale chocolate where it's a little chocolate flavor, but also kind of vanilla-y. And then there's like darker chocolate shreds in it, and then like little malt balls. And that's
you lost me at malt balls. You lost me at malt balls.
It's a nice little bit of texture.
Nah, I can't stand like malt. The whole thing just doesn't.
Oh, really? Because if I go to somewhere and they have shakes and I have the option to make it a malt instead, I'm fucking doing that every time. It's the best.
Yeah, malt sucks.
Yeah, malt is
great. Well,
no. Extremely.
Yeah, but if we're talking best ice cream, nothing beats a good chocolate peanut butter.
That's a good combination for sure.
Hold on a second. I gotta restart Discord because it's fucking not letting me share my screen. Thanks, Discord, for ruining my show. So I have to kill time now to restart your stupid fucking glorified Electron app. Fucking, we're worth $1 billion. Okay, sorry. I had to restart because I couldn't share my screen. And then I was mocking Discord because they're worth like no, actually, I saw their evaluation the other day and it's like $15 billion or something. No, that can't be right. No, maybe it was. I don't know. It was some number. And when I saw it, I went, no, No, like that's insane. That's just utterly insane. Although kind of relevant to a news thing. I guess
This is very important news about private selection that I just uncovered. I was looking through these results for the Extreme Moose Tracks private selection Google search, and further down I see that they have a Denali Mint Moose Tracks, which sounds like it fucks way harder than the basic chocolate one.
Get out.
Mint ice cream ain't
It's
the shit,
mint ice cream is extremely mid, and I will go on record right now and say this definitively.
Mint is a hallmark. Mint is
as the Obergruppenführer of the SCJP, there will be no mint ice cream in our territory. None. And I'll just straight up shoot you if I find you with it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Every genre of food has a couple items that you can judge it by, like when you go somewhere new. So for me, for Mexican food, I go and I get like carnitas or something. I'm like, everywhere offers that, and I can judge if it's decent based on that. You go to get pizza, you get a pepperoni. You know
the pepperoni.
Yeah, you get the pepperoni.
Okay.
And you know, or maybe if it's a sit down Italian, maybe you get like a chicken parm or like a veal parm or something. Like, you have a standby dish.
I'm gonna go with you on that one. Yeah, I know where you're going with this, but I do want to make a point about the chicken parm, because chicken parm is easy to fuck up. But if you can stick the landing on the chicken parm, you can do anything else.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a core thing. It's a core thing with room to fail. Like, that's the important thing, is that these dishes have room where it's not, because like for like the Mexican example, like rolled tacos or in other places they might call taquitos, right? Like the fresh ones that they serve at the restaurants.
That's what we white people call it. Yeah, it's taquitos.
Well, I mean, sure, but
okay.
Well, Texans might call them flautas too, even though they're different things.
Texans aren't real people.
Texans are all.
That's not even Texas isn't even a real place.
But those fresh ones they fry up at the restaurants here are still coming out of a freezer somewhere. Like, they're getting them all from a Mexican restaurant supply store. They're all the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Even though they're a lot better than like going to and getting Deli Mex or something at like Walmart.
What's the Mexican Cisco? Cisco?
Yeah.
Just Cisco with a Mexican accent.
I was looking for a way to be mildly racist with that, and that was.
Do they have food providers down there?
Do you have food?
I don't know anymore.
Oh.
I do right now, but who knows what tomorrow.
Well, yeah, because you stole it. Which, hey, that's great practice for the collapse that's coming up soon in California. You're already a master of scavenging and scouring, and
the flood is coming to us, and it's over. Anyways, so for ice cream, the standbys have to be the quality of a place's vanilla and mint. Those are two flavors that are always everywhere, and you can judge based on them.
Okay, if you say so. I mean, I'm never gonna know, because I, as a good Anglo-Christian, literally just refuse to have mint ice cream.
That's fine.
Like, I'm not saying you're subhuman for it, but I am heavily implying it.
Okay.
So.
Well, otherwise,
yeah.
This week in food also, I went and got the double down at KFC.
Yeah.
For work one of the days.
So hold on. I keep hearing people talking about the double down, and it's like, coming up. Did it come back? Did it go away?
It was away for like 10 years. Yeah.
No shot.
Yeah, and so now it's back, and it's, it's on promo. I actually got an ad for it on Twitch when I loaded the stream.
Amazing.
So I went and got that, and I got my Diablo 4 beta promo code for ordering it on the app. So. Oh
yeah, so you will be in the. Do you have to? Yeah. Is that the only way to get the Diablo code?
You have to order it, or you have to order either the double down or certain other sandwiches that are labeled as being part of the promotion on the app.
You can also get it.
You can do it on the website.
Like, pre-ordered the game.
Well, yeah, you can just.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a much better option.
There's also a it's just there's like one weekend this next weekend that you get for pre-ordering, and there's a weekend that's open to everyone the weekend after.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna check up on my soup, but yeah, so I got KFC and it was good. Got my promo, so yeah, that's food news for me. So
okay. Well, while you're checking up on your we got Phoenix in the chat. Let's go. While you're checking up on that, me and Suck will start talking about the big news. Well, I guess it's not the big news, but WoW 10.1 information has started coming out, and it is hot and it is heavy and it's good.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's good. So let's bring it up here. Actually, it's not private. Fuck this private selection shit. So run us down real quick. What we got here?
All right, so 10.1. So of course, End of the Raid with the 3 other incarnates got released, and now we are chasing after. I guess it's the fire one. I thought they set up for us to go after the earth one, but
yeah, and
basically,
considering it's, to get ahead of the point here a little bit, considering it's underground, the earth one makes more sense thematically. But okay.
yeah, but I think at least in terms of the raids lore, we're going after the fire one because like there's lava in there. The fire one's like getting yoked up in there or whatever.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
And yeah, so there's now this massive cave you can go in the Dragon Isles.
The Zerolek Caverns.
Yeah, and I haven't been in there yet. I'm planning on going in there live on stream for the first time.
All right, let me pull this up real quick. Pop out. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So where hit us with the entrances.
All right, so I'm at Valdrakken right now.
Sure.
The easiest to access entrance is this big ass icon. On the
I
map,
like that there's just a big ass icon.
I believe there is like an entrance somewhere over here, and then somewhere in here as well. I don't know where since they're not marked on the map, but actually click on the map. It looks like there's an exit here, maybe here.
Yeah.
And you might be able to get in from like up here, I heard, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Would make sense how closely related the caverns are to the Black Dragonflight, so.
Yeah, and then they did apparently develop new tech to let them basically build a whole underground zone under a zone, because previously they would have to have a load stream for that.
Right.
So you can quite literally just hop on your dragon and fly into these caves.
Which is, wow, that's a circuitous route right there. What's interesting about that is they went on to talk about how like that tech, like they said it, I forgot the exact wording of it, but it was to the effect that like this
green.
Oh, nice. That it's fairly fundamental to like allowing them to do a bunch of things in the future. And we obviously were talking about like, oh, hey, maybe we see Azjol Narub come back in some respect, which is, it was supposed to be an underground zone all the way back in Lich King, and which, because of this, could have been the reason maybe it never got implemented. Maybe the tech just wasn't there yet. But I mean, this is great. This is what
a big zone underground.
This is what Deep Home should have been, right? Instead of whatever the hell Deep Home ended up being. So this is really impressive. So
this is the new raid up here.
Yeah, so it's very similar. It's very similar architecture to the, like I said, the Black Dragonflight thing up above. So I mean, which it is, because it's I believe the lore is it's Neltharion while he was still the Earth Warder. Go ahead.
It's called Aberrus the Shadowed Crucible.
That's kind of a base name.
It's Neltharion's like lab where he created Deathwing or some shit like that, or at least created experiments that led to Deathwing.
Right. Yeah. And it's also where the old gods started like whispering to him. So we were talking about, there was like right there, and there's a couple of things. So right there, on your screen, you see the Zakali invasion. That's not what I thought that was going to be. Okay.
No, that's
I'm extremely disappointed by that.
Drakbar or whatever.
I'm extremely. Click on was it not Rashok? Go a little bit further down. Oh, who was the one I thought it was? The Karn. Let's click on that one. Oh, well, that's also disappointing because that looked like a vaguely old gaudy name.
Yeah, but so if you get down to like Neltharion, there's like a visage of him or whatever.
Right.
You get down into these mechanics.
Mm-hmm. That's mythic.
You start getting some like twisted aberrations.
That is definitely very old gaudy, yeah. So not as old god heavy as I would have preferred, but it is what it is.
Well, then you get into the last boss, and it's like
Yo,
full
what?
on. Oh,
It
it's,
is.
the
What the
last
hell?
boss is like a scale, the Drakthir dude.
Well, actually, a lot of those aren't even like old god. They're just straight up like void.
Yeah, it gets full into void shit.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that's very interesting. Yeah. Void bomb. Yeah. A lot of what was the emptiness of the stars? That's fucking Lovecraft. Yeah. Emptiness between the
Emptiness
stars.
between the stars. Yeah.
That's fucking Lovecraftian as hell, man. Love it.
And I'm trying to find the mechanic. Yeah, so class Neltharion, he's got a mechanic where he calls out a class type and they get corrupted and have like some mechanic go on. That's unique to each class.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god. Hell yes, dude. That obviously is kind of a callback to Blackwing Lair in Classic with Nefarian. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nefarian. Yeah, so very, very cool. I want to give a quick shout out here. I'm going to go back over here to MMO Champ because there's some pictures of some of the new stuff. Big shout out to these old leggy boys. We were me and Suck, of course, being big hunters, very disappointed to find out you cannot tame these despite being beasts. So
Yeah, they are beasts, but you can't tame them, which is pretty fucked up.
that's bullshit, man. I want this thing because I don't know what it looks like. Can you? Are these in game yet?
Yeah, let me go find one. They're somewhere down here.
Because I want to see them like in context to like a player. Like, are they really as tall as they look? Or are they just kind of tall? So
I am pretty sure they're quite tall. I don't know what zone they're in, but I will find one.
okay. Well, but yeah. Anyways, he's flying through this. I mean, yeah, you can really tell. Like, this is good. Like, this is really good because I'm trying to think of like what the last zone of this. Well, what was the underwaters? Oh, yeah, there he is. Oh man, those are some tall. But good lord, those are some tall boys. Now you're what class are you?
I'm a dwarf.
Okay, so you're kind of short to begin with, but you know, yeah. See if you can got something that'll turn you into like a regular size thing.
I'm certain I do.
Yeah, somewhere.
What are the names when you're on the spot?
I have no clue. Yeah, that might be it. Yeah. So okay, so yeah, there you are as an elf, and you're still like you're not even really you're barely above his ankle. So that is a tall. But man, that's Blizzard. You're doing us dirty, man. You're doing us dirty. Let us tame him. Let us tame him.
Fucked up.
Fucked up. Yeah, big L on that one. So. Yeah, no, this is really good. Like, sorry, going back to what I was saying. Nashitar, I think was one of the last like really good zones that they put in a new numbered patch, right?
Yeah.
And this is on par with it, if not maybe a little bit better, just for the fact that it's like there. It's just there. You don't have to like it.
My initial reaction, it's implemented with the dragon riding system, fully involved. It's pretty big. It doesn't have a bunch of bogus daily. Like, obviously, there's a lot of content in here, but you don't have all the like bogus dailies you kind of had in Nazatara that were, as a raider, a pain in the ass. But.
Yes, no, those even as a casual, they were a pain in the ass. Yeah, that's real good. And also, they haven't ignored the rest of the continent. So the rest of the continent's getting new like assaults and stuff and new other kind of world quest. So there's still reason to stay up above and go below. Some would even say, you know, as below as above, so above. So
yeah, they've also fully reworked like the gear upgrading system in this patch.
yeah.
Yeah, so like previously there was shit like Valor and whatnot. And it was locked, like basically Valor upgraded your Mythic Plus gear, Raid gear was just Raid gear, and crafting gear was crafting gear and whatnot. So going forward, like all content is dropping a new currency that's like called Flight Stones or something like that.
Okay.
Well, everything but PvP. PvP will still be its own system. But basically, they got rid of Valor and introduced a new currency. So that basically any gear you get, like World Quest gear, Dungeon gear, Raid gear, it can all be upgraded like a certain amount of eye levels. Like they're within brackets. So I think a normal raid piece can go up to like the max item level of heroic raid pieces with enough grinding.
Cool.
So basically, it's like even the random like trinkets and stuff you get from World Quest have potential use going forward. Instead of, it's a more unified system. There's no caps in Valor. Like there's previously there were caps to Valor, so you could only farm so much upgrades and stuff. So I think for the health of the game, it's a really nice new upgrade system they've added.
I like here on the world map how they added the inclusion of the underground part, right? How it's just like it's the world map, but there's like a little piece chipped out of it, and it shows like it's under it, right? It's like chipped out and it's under it, so you see what's underground. That is slick.
It does appear to be in game, but like the actual graphic for it isn't there yet.
No, it's a little fucked up. So I was noticing here too. So they posted a bunch of the map changes and stuff. And what's interesting is one of the maps that has been changed apparently is the map for the last area of the Dragon Soul raid, which is interesting.
Interesting,
yeah, very interesting. But it doesn't like I can't tell you off the top of my head what it used to look like, but I don't know what's changed. But it's interesting that it has changed.
I feel like that could be some sort of cutscene that goes on.
Possible, yeah, possible. I don't know what some of these other maps are, but yeah, this we've talked about it since the 60 expansion dropped. Like they are trying, and it's working. It's working real well, actually. Like there isn't really like I had some complaints about the lore. I think the lore and the writing's still stupid, but it's okay if the lore is stupid if the mechanics are solid, right? Which they extremely super duper are. And I've been, and I wouldn't say shocked, but happy to like the bitching about dragon riding has more or less disappeared. Like there's still some people who are crying about it, but most everyone has just like accepted it to the extent that now people are like, just give us dragon riding everywhere. Like just bite the bullet. Let's just do it. And I mean, 100%. I mean, I've said that since day one. So there's a lot of other stuff here.
Now I do have a verifiable source that is a work in progress, and
I would be shocked if it wasn't, honestly.
They may be also adding like a new gold dump item that adds dragon riding to old mounts.
Yeah, I mean those seem like obvious things, but it's good to hear it. Speaking of changes, with this patch also, factions, guilds will now be bifactional.
Oh yeah, cross faction guild. That's pretty big one.
That's the word I'm bifactional. Where the fuck I get that from? So that's a big one. Doesn't matter for us because
I can't wait to get all the Wide Boys guild members all together.
Yeah, none of them. Fucking hell. But yeah, I mean, I'm blown away. I really am. I'm just blown away. Like, I don't think there's been a 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, a decimal patch of this quality for.
Oh, this is an interesting looking area.
Oh, sorry. What the hell?
It's just like some lava being sucked.
That
looks
spooky.
like it's going up and into whatever that is.
What the hell is that? And it's like purplish, so it's vaguely voidish. What's it called? Roiling shadow. Okay, yeah, this is
just a world quest. But...
This is some spooky. Oh, the shadow flame infusing Caldera has been. You've clicked off of it.
I feel like you should probably go like fucking insane if you fly into that, but
yeah.
I got knocked off. But whatever.
Oh, I don't. Okay. Oh shit. So it looks like the void is like fusing with like lava and stuff. That's kind of wild.
Oh yeah, there's like a whole shadow flame thing going on here.
Shadow flame, the concept of shadow flame has been a thing in WoW for a while. I can't tell you exactly where it has been, but
we're in certain warlocks. Warlock because when they started adding the dual element spells, that was one of the ones they got as like shadow flame shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks Clavo as hell. So.
Sure does.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, this whole thing is just cool as hell.
They also announced the 10.0.7 will be in like 2 weeks as well.
Okay, when is this supposed to be vaguely?
The expectation, they haven't given any dates.
Sure.
But my guess would be mid to late May.
Okay, I mean that's not too terribly far away, but all right. Well, shout out to the Riz Rancher giving us a first-hand live view of
Otherwise known as the Rizzler.
No, it's not. It's not. It never has been. That is a very good wallpaper, my brother in Christ.
Sure is.
That was a very good wallpaper. That was no one on stream saw that, unfortunately, but
I saw it.
yeah, I saw it, and hey, you know, from one VC perspective to another.
Right, a guy who betrays his
Shut up! You don't even remember yours. You're not allowed to talk. You're literally not allowed to talk. You're literally not allowed to. You are literally not allowed to talk. We're moving on.
Speaking of Oshis, I saw that Phoenix said Guten Tag in chat.
Yeah, and I said hi.
No, I know, but I'm saying I came back from getting my soup out of the thing. It took a minute.
Okay.
And I read it at first. For some reason, I was like, Guten Gang. I thought he was like making like a Gucci Gang pun, but for Germans.
Yikes!
Jeez, Louise.
Shout out to when
Lil
went to Mongolia.
What?
What?
Yeah, he had held a concert in Mongolia, dude. In Ulaanbaatar.
Based? All right, look, we're getting way
Capri
out.
Capri was in his DMs saying, "Come to Mongolia."
Let's move on. I saw here on MMO Champ. I don't know if we talked about this any last week. Oh, we did because we mentioned it briefly, but we'll talk about it again because I saw it. Overwatch 2, the collab with One Punch Man. There's now like these are the skins. They're pretty cool.
They're like $400 each, though.
Well, yeah, more or less. 25, 400, same thing. But I mean, who cares? Because certified good game Fortnite has a new season out, and it's kind of really good. Prude, have you played the new? You have, yeah. Because you've been.
Yeah, I got I'm like a little bit into the battle pass already because I was beelining quests and stuff. And
so the basic gestalt, I'll go ahead and fire up the thing, the game while I'm talking about it. But so the basic gestalt is some map changes. It's Fortnite Mega, I think, but it's like in katakana because there's a heckin' Japan reference. It's very much the weeb season, which is nice.
Yeah, but I feel like in terms of weeb skins, it's kind of an L.
Yeah, we'll talk about it here in a second when it loads up. It's not the greatest skin selection that I've ever seen. It's also not the worst. Like, there's I
actually think that overall this battle pass skin selection is by far the best we've had so far since I started playing. But
now, see, I heavily disagree because I thought last season was really good with Halsey, of course, and then the season that we first started playing was really good too because you had Suki 2.0, you had the cat girl bitch, you had
Was Suki 2.0 even part of the battle pass?
Yes, Suki 1.0 was not part of the battle pass. That was from the store. So that was a really good one. Suki, and then the redheaded bitch, the imagined or the imagination or whatever. I don't remember what the hell her name is. So yeah, we'll bring it up here. So the big change obviously is the map, which I have found the map is way better now.
Well, they just, added a good percentage of land down there.
Yeah, they expanded it like 15% more landmass.
Well, and the part that the new stuff is over, like where the city is over actually right now,
there was nothing there.
On the old map, it was like a big bay where the city is.
Well, there was Balti. What the hell was it? I don't remember. The place with like the bowling alley and stuff that we always got clapped at. Like, that's all gone. Our island's gone, unfortunately. The island that we used to always drop at is gone. But the map now feels like way more appropriately spread out. It doesn't feel as bunched up, and it now feels it's just like it's in a really good place now. It's so good. I'll get into the battle pass here. You said this is the best one. So this skin right here, this bunny girl thing, is obviously my favorite.
No obvious tattoos.
Yeah, Aaron
I
Yeager
posted a picture of the previous season's map if you want to do a comparison.
Yeah.
Or better yet, here's the site with a slide bar.
Ah, yes. Thank you. I was gonna look for that. But yeah, this Aaron Yeager, like I know people are like, oh yeah, that's cool, but
He kind of looks like a bitch.
yeah, it doesn't even really kind of like look like him that much.
It's just the young version of him.
I guess this skin goes hard though. This wrap goes incredibly hard. The Scout Regiment.
Yeah.
It has the logo and everything. The Scout Regiment salute. Oh, it's a synced emote. I just noticed that.
Nice.
That's cool.
It seems a little chuddy, to be honest, but that's
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, this skull dude is kind of cool with like a fire mohawk.
I don't know if he's supposed to be like a villain for the season or something, because like he looks
villainy.
All his kind of little bits and pieces there kind of point to that.
I'm not a fan of whatever this skin is supposed to be.
Well, she's like a black art hoe or whatever. Yeah,
she's kind of like a weeb black art hoe, but she's also like cell shaded, so it makes her look.
She 100% like ironically had like Lum like merch or some shit
right
before they made the new one.
Right. Now I don't really do like the dude skins, but this lizard dude, Thunder, goes hard.
Have you been doing the EV quests?
No, I have not.
Because he's a character in that.
Yeah. Oh man, this glider where it's like a motorcycle, that's sick. I hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah, lizard dude's cool.
I like this alternative skin where he has like a koi skin or something. That's pretty cool.
His thing is he's like a gangster who's also a restaurateur or whatever.
Very based.
He is a restaurant?
A restaurateur, whatever the term would be.
This
is a bald wraith.
Yeah, basically. This is bald wraith. And what's funny is like in the icon, it's like I feel like they fucked this skin up a little bit actually.
That's what people were saying.
I don't think it's supposed to look that bald, right. But it do look a bald. That is a bald-headed hoe, my brother in Christ. That's pretty cool. Sword. The reskin is not much better.
The best version is actually the winter one that you get higher on.
Yeah. I don't know who this fucking Latino twink is. I don't care.
He's like that, and then his alternative outfit in the next tier or whatever with the mask, where it's supposed to be like the protagonist of the trailer or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like a Kitsune Oni kind of mixture thing. Was this a bow emoji? Oh hell yeah, that's cool. I didn't see that. I actually haven't. This is the first time I'm seeing a lot of these, honestly. Yeah, and here's this bunny girl is called High Wire. We haven't found out whether or not that you can take her helmet off. I don't think you can.
I don't list that there's a style for it, and then the next version of her is a furry. So
yeah, and the next one is like just a different. I gotta think you can. I'd be really disappointed if you can't. So I mean, we'll see.
The furry version would be okay if you could take the helmet off. Like the outfit design would be fine, but
oh, and then there's just like a straight up Asian girl, and she's kind of cute. She's like, oh yeah, River Empress Mizuki. So, her weapon is like blade fans, which is kind of cool. And then the 100 is just her, but a reskin. So, yeah. So I'm not gonna get into a match to show it off, but we'll just talk about it. So there's been some gun changes, and there's been some other changes. So like the My Hero Academia collab is gone, so the Deku Smash is now vaulted. Thank God, honestly. But in its place, they've added like a sword, a katana, which is
the katana kind of replaces the hammer more than anything. But
yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. Which is the sword feels really, really good. Like
good. I feel like I had a better time killing people with the hammer, to be honest. But
I like the agileness of the sword more than I liked.
Well, in terms of like micro movement, like when you're in a battle, I think it's more steerable. But
yes.
The hammer was better for I feel like just dropping in on a tight space and just like pounding dudes. Or
well, if anyone's familiar with pounding,
yeah, I was about to say,
yeah, I set you up for that. And then also like the movement tech for the hammer was better for escaping too, in my opinion. But
yeah, you can see here the map is like that added a significant portion. Yeah, so yeah, and I guess I hadn't really considered just how like desolate that area was, but yeah, this
corner was definitely like the least interesting.
It was the worst, yeah. So, but now
that's where we drop.
Yeah, but I mean, when you got into like the town here that I still can't remember. Fucky faults. I don't remember when you got
Faulty
here. I mean,
Splits or something? I don't know.
faulty splits. Yeah, I think that was it. I mean, it got fairly warm fairly quickly. So, but yeah,
Well, the old map was kind of small too, so like everywhere was a little warm.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like this, it spaces everything out to an extent where it's like everything it feels like you have more breathing room. You're not constantly running into people, but they've added more interesting like POIs. Like there's emergent POIs now, right? There's a big like house on it that appears in the sky.
Called Loot Island.
That's called Loot Island. Yeah, it gets really hot. There's a couple other like emergent not hotspots, emergent capture points that you can take. I haven't seen really people going for those that heavily, but the sword is just back to the sword. I honestly can't like. I love the sword. Like it's my favorite thing. It's just it feels so good.
My beef with it is
Here we go.
there's been a lot of rounds where I've gone the sword and I haven't gotten any high quality shotguns the whole round. So like I have the sword and I'm like I'm second place. I'm trying to melee down, the other person when the circle's real small.
Right.
But they have the new Havoc shotgun and they have it like legendary rating and like one or two shots of that just fucks you up.
Oh, the Havoc will just put you in the grave.
Right, and it sucks because I feel like with the cool sword I should just win, like I feel like I have a sword, I should just win, but they shoot me in the face and then I die.
Right.
And
that's how it happens. So, yeah. I'm trying to think what there's some like, other little changes. I don't like that the dirt bikes are gone, but the new bikes that have come back, they're kind of like the I mentioned while we were playing the other day, they're kind of like the riced out crotch rockets from GTA 5, the name of which kept eluding me. But
they look cool, but they're way
Akuma.
Oh right, because I got angry about that name, which I will use to segue here in a minute. Yeah, what were we saying, Bryn?
I was say like the new bikes look cool, but they're less nice to use than the dirt bikes. To be honest.
Oh yeah, because the dirt bikes go anywhere. The new bikes just do not work on dirt.
Specifically, I mean, they're not as great on dirt, but specifically too, just the lack of the jump hurts the ability to navigate.
Jump.
The new ones do not jump, to my knowledge.
They jump a little bit.
You can like wheelie and it helps you get over stuff.
Oh, okay, man, that's what I'm thinking of.
But primarily they boost, and then you can drift with them by hitting space, and that's how you can turn rapidly. But they don't have like the big hop that the dirt bikes had.
Interesting to note that while I'm looking at the different versions of this map, the icebergs out at sea have moved. I don't know if that means anything, but just something interesting I've noted. So
global warming taking place on the Fortnite map, and
yeah, hate to see it, man. Hate to see it, but I think like mechanically so far, I think this is my favorite. Not my favorite season. My favorite season, and I'm not doing an old thing good, new thing bad, but the first season we ever played last year, I think was like my favorite season. Now, obviously, this one's very early, and that one had like.
Now I have to ask: was that because like your MMR was real low and you're constantly against bots, or?
No, actually, not at all. We got into a pretty hot MMR fairly quickly. Which actually led me to stop playing for like a month early on. Like we started playing like late March or something, but I didn't come back and start actually playing until like May or something, because we got into some bracket, and it was while the hunting shotgun was unvaulted, and I was just getting like one tapped from 100 meters away with these fucking shotguns, and it was no fun. I just stopped playing and I didn't come back for a whole month. So no, that had nothing to do with it. It was just like there was a lot going on in the game. So you had the battle buses, you had the tanks. They were constantly cycling through a bunch of like movement tech stuff. It was a really solid season, I thought, and it was like a lot going on. The skins were really good, but that being said, this season very young. A lot could happen, a lot could change
as they build upon it.
Yeah. I have seen. I forgot. Oh shit! What collab? There was another collab that I heard about, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. I forgot to look at the store today. Is it a shit shop? I don't know. So
you know what they didn't add yet
was
in the season? The whole rumored first person one.
No, well, they just said that it was coming this season, not that's coming at the start of this season. There was also some other stuff like wall running and wall kicking that hasn't come in yet. But that's how Fortnite is. Like they'll announce something, and it's like this season. That doesn't mean it's coming out with the season. They'll roll it out at some point. So
yeah, well, they should give me a hard date.
Yeah, I agree, but
at least the gun selection, in my opinion, is a lot better than it was.
The gun selection is a little bit better. I don't like the Havoc rifle. I do like the Cobra DMR. I like the Cobra DMR.
Oh, yeah, I like the Cobra DMR. I like that. Well, because we went from like no true snipers, to now having another. I think we have the Cobra DMR instead of the DMR,
yes,
and now we have the regular sniper back now. Too.
Yeah, the heavy sniper. Yeah, which is with the heavy sniper with the 2-shot augment is pretty nasty.
I was gonna say that one. That's a great augment for sure.
Yeah, because there was a short little I forgot what event it was last season. The heavy was in for like a week, maybe 2, and we got a taste of that. But now that it's like back as part of the rotation, it's just, oh my god, it's so nasty. I love it. It's so good.
I do like I actually like the Havoc silenced AR though.
It's alright.
To me, it feels a lot like the Red Eye, which is still in, where it's like scoped but also shoots pretty fast.
The Red Eye is still kind of my go-to for the AR.
For sure, the Red Eye was one that grew on me a lot during last season because it was actually to me the most reliable kind of mid to long range option that season. Right. But and then the Havoc shotgun, of course, is pretty.
The Havoc shotgun will, if you get, because there's vaults, like vaults are big again this season. If you can get the mythic Havoc, I mean, you essentially, like if you have the mythic Havoc and the sword, you really can't lose unless you're that bad at the game.
All right. Then there's also the combat shotguns back, which is okay,
Yeah, the combat shotguns are right. I feel like when it was a rarer thing last season, it was a little bit better, but now I don't know. It just seems, I guess because it always gave you the blue version, but now there's like greens and stuff. And it's kind of middling.
Anyway, I checked the shop for you. They do have the Fearless Flusher.
The do what now?
The Fearless Flusher, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll keep that in mind.
Some Jonesy looking motherfucker.
I'll keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. They kept the double mag SMG in, which I think is one of the better
Oh really? I actually always took the other SMG if I was given a choice last season.
Okay, well that's cringe, but
How do you feel about like fish women?
They're all right.
There's like a fishy, squiddy looking lady in the shop.
Big fan of Fishmans.
Oh, okay.
The Japanese band Fishmans. It's a good group. Listen to them.
Okay.
It's got a silver-haired woman named Hush that does not appear to have tattoos, despite having skin.
I have Hush.
Are you sure?
Oh, here we go. I was looking for the heckin' Reddit post that shows the store today. Oh yeah, I don't have Hush. Hush is pretty good. See, here's the thing. So I was talking. Oh yeah, Brine. That's the fish woman. I was talking about this like the other day. It's like the problem is like I don't need any other skins. I have Halsey. Why would I need literally anything else ever again? I have the greatest skin ever made in the history.
You don't even use the best version of her though.
Yeah, I don't like the tennis version. So
I just think it's a little bit more woo.
Ooh, no, I like the just default version. In fact, I don't even use, despite grinding for it, I don't even using
that's just perfect for a default kind of guy.
Yeah, you know what? I am a default kind of guy. Thank you. I take that as a compliment. I am a default kind of guy. Oh, fucking idiot. I literally could have clicked up at the top of this website that I was just staring at instead of searching through Reddit. There's just a fucking tab here that says shop, and it's God, fuck off.
Oh, there's also a little axolotl guy, little
Axel, yeah.
Axolotl, whatever.
Axel. You know what? I'm not gonna correct you because I don't really know either. So
right,
Axolotl.
It's like a Aztec word or something. I don't know.
Oh shit! This is a really good website. Holy crap! I'm gonna pull this up on the screen.
Oh nice.
Like you can go to you can look at skins and it shows like
she could kind of get it though.
Hush! Oh, on jaw, dude. She has a gold version too, kind of like Midas and the female version of Midas. The problem is it's part of a pack with like 2 other skins. I think it's like $15 real, and I'm not doing that. So
The only thing with Hush is I would not ever use her weird like zombie color version.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that's for.
I would just use the pale skin. Yeah,
Maybe Ollie if she ever started playing Fortnite.
Right.
Well, she should. It's a good game.
Well, she prefers better game Apex.
well, it would be a huge improvement.
Oh,
if you
fuck.
did that.
Confirmation. You can take her helmet off. The bunny girl. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. That's.
Oh, yeah. She actually kind of looks like Hush without the hood.
Yeah, she kind of actually does.
I did a double take there.
This is pretty good, actually. So.
And there's no tattoos. Like that's because it's all for nothing if you can take off the hood and then there's like a fucking giant tattoo on her cheek or some shit.
Yeah, like like her whole face is just covered in like,
That's what they
or
fucking
even
do
worse,
in
like have you ever seen bitches with like an eyebrow tat?
Jesus.
Yeah, that's not great. Okay, all right. Season. I'm not gonna say season redeemed, but season definitely.
If they fix her particle effects too, that could be good.
Ooh. The Mizuki. Oh, hello.
Well,
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, Mask Off? Like
Yeah.
the feature song?
Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking. Holy shit. Yeah, wow. Now, there's some skins here I've never actually seen before. Like, I don't want to get into a whole rabbit hole about skins or anything, but who's this Cletus looking motherfucker here? Yeah. So definitely go play Fortnite. Go download it and go play it. It's really cool and good. Use promo code Sheena, SHIINA.
That's kind of cringe, so I'm going to say no, don't use that promo code.
I like Sheena. He's a good guy.
he posts. He could kind of condense a lot of his updates into like single posts instead of
Yeah,
like,
You know what?
He's a hype
Yeah,
guy,
but
man.
you know
He's a
what he
hype guy.
didn't provide for you?
What's that?
A picture of the bunny bitch without the hood on.
That's fair. And I do hold that against him. But it is what it is. So, speaking of
Yeah, but
Akuma,
instead, you should download Apex and get the swimsuit Loba skin during the summer event.
is that confirmed that's happening?
Oh, yeah.
Because I've heard it for like a couple of years now that it's happening, and it never
And
happened.
no, there's like actual model for it now.
Oh, on God.
Yeah.
Swimsuit. Oh, okay. Oh no, this is something from ArtStation. So. Okay, I'll just take your word for it, because I don't think you'd lie to me. You're a pretty good guy. So. Speaking
I
of,
don't really have a reason to lie about that.
no, well, other than me to play Apex. So, speaking of Akuma from like an hour ago, we got some unfortunate Niji Sanji Ian news.
It's
well,
not really
wow.
a shocker, though, is it?
Wow.
No,
BBL
I was
this week,
about
to
to
be
say it's not a shocker to anyone. We all saw it coming, but it is unfortunate. Zion Lanza has been officially fired, so she's out. Do I have it somewhere? I guess y'all posted it in the dumb retard Discord somewhere. Let's see if I can pull it up. The like laundry list of shit that she did wrong that they like used as cause. Oh yeah, here it is. Jeez Louise.
They kind of went in on her in like providing reasons for her termination, like
Right.
because
But
like
here-
if it was Hololive, they would have just been like, yeah, something came up, and like we're not gonna tell you. Like
Yeah.
they wouldn't say all that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she's not good, not honorable. Please understand. But no, fucking Niji Sanji's like, the actions performed by Zion that led us are as follows. Using a copyrighted song in her stream without prior authorization, based. Revealing internal information that can potentially cause issues for stakeholders during her stream, based.
I want to know what that was. Like, good lord.
I don't know. Making statements that could lead to speculation or leaking of internal information using that's fucking based. Oh, sorry. Let me put that in layman's terms. She was liking stuff on her like roommate account while suspended. Based. Offensive remarks regarding discrimination and sexual assault. Based.
Who gives a shit about any of that?
Several infringements of the rules pertaining to the use of games defined by Any Color Inc. And repeated false justifications given to Any Color regarding these infringements based. Expressing her will to perform streams using illegal games, also referred to as pirated games. Very based. Very, very based. Very based.
Oh, yeah.
Comments that can be considered offensive to the rights holder of a game. I'm only halfway through this list, by the way. Comments that can be considered offensive to the rights holder of a game during a stream based. Giving false information to other Niji livers. By the way, I hate the word livers. Regarding the contents of her communication to Any Color Inc. I don't know what that means, but I assume it's based.
Liver.
Okay. Falsely claiming to have received permission from Any Color after a viewer commented on Zaion performing an action prohibited by the rules based. Falsely claiming to be sponsored by a brand during a stream. That just sounds like she made a joke. Honestly, right. It just seems like they're finding literally any excuse to throw at her. And that's really fucking cringe. Giving likes to comments falling under defamation of Niji-sanji livers and Any Color Inc. using social media accounts that she personally operates, aka roommate, which there will be some context there in a second, and then numerous other actions. Oh, that's not even all. There's more that we didn't even fucking tell you. So in Gestalt, let's break this down. She got fired for 3 reasons. She got fired, A, because Niji-sanji, and really this isn't just Niji-sanji, this is true of a lot of other corpos too, that they have like these overly autistic rules about what people can and can't stream. Like the whole having to like get rights and permission to stream a game is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. I understand why they have to do it, but it's stupid. It's the dumbest shit possible. Like, what's the point of even doing it if you have to just... And that's the reason why you see so many people just constantly streaming like Genshin, Minecraft, and I don't know, what's like another mainstay? Oh, Apex, Valorant, Fortnite, pick your poison. It's because they probably have like a passion game that they love, right? And they then have to like jump through all these hoops with their management to be like, oh, can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? No, apparently you can't. Oh, there's a whole thing like if you want to play like a Bethesda game, can't mod it because you'd have to go to each and every mod author and get permission to stream. It's so stupid.
In any sane country, that's not even like a legal thing. That's like a consideration. I don't think there's any point where a mod creator who is producing fan content for a game is entitled to any sort of permission to stream it.
Yeah, Phoenix saying safe games. Yeah.
Like, I think the paranoia is because platforms like YouTube are just dog shit for moderation, that like people can like basically intellectual property troll, you know, where it's like they don't need to have a legitimate claim, they just need to have enough of a claim that YouTube does it.
Yeah, 100%. And that's essentially what's going on here. Is like Niji-sanji is just trying to cover their own ass here, which is like, you know, the copyrighted song, a bunch of other stuff. Some of those things like liking comments about other livers, obviously that was because Kyo and Finana essentially started this witch hunt against her. And she was liking tweets that essentially just said fuck Finana, which, you know, fuck Finana. Yeah, based. Yeah, and then of course regarding sexual assault and discrimination, I don't even remember what the joke was, but it was just like some very it was like something about in the story the woman had been raped or something. Like she just made like a little glib statement about it, and like moved on. The end. But you know, you scroll over here and it's like, you know, fucking V tweeters and all these losers talking about it. It's like, she shouldn't have done that. Yikes! And so shut the fuck up.
Right, it's the same kind of people who dogpiled Pikami. Honestly,
this is the fucking problem with like everything. Is why I hate the internet, honestly, because the internet is full of insane people, but not cool insane people. Like this is a schizo respecting stream.
Well, right? I mean,
we love schizos here. Schizos are cool. Yeah. I don't know what mental illness these people have. I actually do, but I'm not going to say it on Twitch. But it's not the cool kind.
It's, I guess, a mild way to put it. Just based on the general commentary we have within our group, it's like this like hall monitor culture, you know, of like their primary mode of experiencing things is like asking if it's okay, and it's like, who the fuck gives a shit if it's okay? Just fucking do it, you know?
And actually I literally not even by accident hovered over one of these people that was responding, and literally it says aspiring VTubers. Like you are literally a V tweeter.
Aspire to these nuts.
Yeah. How about you aspire to not be a failure?
Going back to Vox though, kind of based. I did see Vesper kind of passed him in super
Yeah,
chats
yeah.
like the past month.
He posted that in the stream planning channel. The screenshot of it.
So Vesper baits this shit kind of in a way, because like 75% of Vesper streams are just chatting streams. So he's getting like hella supas of just people like giving him money to say something.
Is Vesper providing the boyfriend experience?
Not, he's providing like
The dad experience.
not even, yeah, like the dad experience almost, which is again very bad. I love that. Vesper's great. He's really good.
I just think that screenshot's funny because you see like Vox's cringe ass fucking profile picture below the extremely based Vesper profile picture.
Yeah,
that makes me feel good.
The Virgin Fox versus the Chad Vesper. Yeah, I can't stand Fox. Can't stand him.
Okay, well it's Niji Sanji, so he's gonna be terminated in like a year. So
I mean, God willing.
Yeah, so old Zion second fastest Niji Sanji firing.
Never gonna beat Hololive though, obviously, because y'all literally had one that hadn't even debuted yet. So, I mean, it's not a competition, but if it was, y'all would be winning or losing. I'm not sure which.
Does that she quit though? That wasn't a firing.
Yeah, but it still
Those
counts.
are very different.
No,
So
Niji,
Aloe or
Aloe, yeah.
Yeah.
She I thought she had debuted.
She did debut. Yeah.
Yeah.
She debuted and did like one other stream.
Yeah, and then that happened.
So technically, and I think then she like went on hiatus for like a week before quitting. So technically, Niji does actually have the record still, because they had a bigger they fired in like under 3 days.
Yeah, and also Niji just kind of sucks. So who cares?
There was some streamer that like a male stream, and maybe it was Niji Sanji, maybe someone you're talking about. He literally like joined, and like they found within like 2 days where he joked about it, like I literally only joined so I could fuck one of the VTubers. Did I just make that up?
I mean, I am talking about a male Niji that got fired in like 3 days. I don't know.
He was a Jap guy, right?
Yeah.
And this was like last year or something.
2019.
Okay, then never. Well, maybe I read about it last year. Okay, I don't know.
I mean, as far as villains go, he has a very understandable motivation. So,
he debuted on March 8th, and he got fired on March 12th.
And that was way before. Any of us were kind of. Although I will say, I don't want to flex or anything, but I was one of the first people around here to kind of bring VTubers into the cultural zeitgeist. No, I was. There was a no. I can prove it if I was justified enough or motivated enough to look through the archives. There was this YouTuber who she really didn't live stream or anything. She just like made videos, and I linked that shit like back in 2017 or something. I'm just saying. It's not a competition. But if it was, I'd be winning. So.
Yeah, but I followed a Twitter account that made Roboco content back in like 2016. So
I don't know what that means, so it doesn't count.
Well, it sounds like he's winning.
It doesn't.
He knows what that means. So.
Yeah, he doesn't know what that means because he just made it up.
No, the Hololive VTuber Roboco.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, it's a Twitter account that made like fan videos of her back in.
Yeah, this is just like the
2016.
time. This is just like the time that Tay hated anime, and then you got him into it.
That is correct.
That never happened. No, in fact, you know what? Okay, first off, that so didn't happen that I was actually into anime well, not. Wait, or was it?
You can't even tell the lie because he knows.
I'm trying to do the math in my head. I was trying to say before you were born. No, you were born, but you were like very young. I was in anime before you could like knew what anime was. So.
I don't know about that. My dad put me on anime pretty young.
Oh, on God, really? That's pretty based.
Bible and anime, brother.
Man, the more you talk about your family, the more I really like your dad. Your mom, but your dad sounds great. So
yeah. Can't win them all.
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I can't win them all. So can win them all though, because we got a release date for Starfield this week.
I have like negative hype for that, to be honest. But
what was September 5th?
6th.
So obviously, for me, that sucks. And I'm pretty sure he did it on purpose because that coincides obviously with football season, which I don't love. So
Good.
early football season too, which is that's
Choose
when
one or the other.
Okay, football. That's easy. That's easy. I didn't have to
that's the easy pick.
I didn't even have to
Now-
think about too long about that one. That's an easy one.
I know Prue said he had like zero interest in this one, but I gotta say, like, I'm not a big Fallout guy, not a big Elder Scrolls guy. I think both those kinds of games are kind of mid, primarily because I don't enjoy the combat in them at all.
Right.
Like, the worlds are cool, the story's pretty neat, the modding fantastic. I just think the combat in those games fucking sucks.
Oh, yeah, sure.
From what they've shown off for Starfield, the combat feels like a lot more like maybe Destiny, a more modern FPS kind of deal, and that kind of piques my interest.
Yeah. Now, obviously, the combat's kind of been a big complaint over the whole, library of what they have to offer. So I think of anything they were gonna do, that would probably be the number one thing they were gonna fix. Which you're right, it does look like it's improved. I was interested to see that there's some Clavo stuff going on. Like, I thought there was gonna be like just kind of a big space opera type thing. No, apparently it's like Clavo, like black hole shit going on. So that's pretty cool. That was in the trailer. There was a brief little trailer, by the way, for context.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
No, of course
You
not.
suck. You suck.
So I don't have much interest in
You
it. But
suck. I don't have much
that's
interest
cool.
in your face.
Good.
So-
Yeah. Well, that's good to know though.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about it. I'm not excited that it's going to be first off September, but secondly, like that, like, because it was supposed to be like May at the latest, and I think that actually, like, I don't want to say like, breaks Microsoft's one of their promises last year when they had that big thing and was like, everything you see now will come out within the next 12 months, and this puts that outside of that. It's like, oh, big shock, Microsoft lied, but
A lot of shit's been delayed and like.
Yeah.
whatever.
yeah, it's just kind of gay. That's kind of
That's fine. There's already like my quota for games that are worth caring about is already full this year because we're probably, well, maybe, I don't know if it'll be this year, but that Elden Ring DLC is going to be out at some point, hopefully this year.
Well, actually, that reminded me of something I wanted to look at. I wanted to pull up here
Is
the
it the like really shitty ripoff game that came out like yesterday?
what?
I thought that was what you meant. You wanted to bring up Bleak Faith Forsaken.
What?
What?
No, just
Huh?
me.
What? Oh, here, yeah, hold on, it's right here on this list. What? Bleak? What is this? Oh, Dragon Age inspired Souls-like.
That's a lot of words that combined into something. I don't know.
That's just fucking word salad. Bleak, is it on? Yeah, it is. And it has mixed reviews. Okay.
And if somebody actually pulled off Dragon Age and Dark Souls in combination, that could be cool, but I doubt they did. So
Explore the last remnants of civilization. So it looks like fucking like cyberpunk Dark Souls, but also still Dark Souls.
that's okay.
Wait, what did that say? Discover pockets of natural life in the perpetually expanding Omni structure. Does that mean it's procedural, or is that just
No, I think it's just that, like, from what I read, it's like all one connected structure is the whole world.
Oh, geez, that's there's a review here on Steam, and I mean, it is a tome, apparently, of bugs and just flaws in it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bugs I've
I might call
encountered.
that Soul.
Yeah. Bugs I've encountered. If you get killed while trying to fast travel at a checkpoint, your camera gets all messed up and you teleport into a completely random location. Hey, speedrunners love that. Design flaws. You can't use items while swimming. You can't breathe very long. Can't re-access tutorials. I mean, these are kind of, you can only run in 8 directions. That seems really bad for a Souls-like. Like, that seems like really bad for a Souls-like.
Well, it's just like tied to some sort of movement axis or some shit.
Maybe. But anyway, no, what I wanted to look up was actually just the list of games that have come out this year, because I haven't checked it in a while. Of course, there hasn't been any real bangers that have come out since. There have been some that so Destiny 2 Lightfall came out. It sucked. Wolong File and Dynasty came out, which was supposed to be a little hyped. It sucked.
Well, apparently that was a shitty port, and
Yeah.
that's getting worked on though. Apparently,
Yeah, well, it shouldn't have to be worked on. The Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice Edition, also apparently a shitty port. Shocker, a shitty port of a shitty game. And then I want to go, okay, so this month we have the Bayonetta Origins Lolly game, which is, you know, cool. Ooh-oh. Oh my god, the heckin' Last of Us remake, or whatever the hell it is. I'm not really, like, you're right, there's not really, Minecraft Legends, that's cool, I guess, next month.
Jedi Survivor next month.
Dead Island 2 next month? Really? That's a lot sooner than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was, like, later this year. Jedi Survivor, yeah. Huh, okay, yeah, so, oh my god, Redfall? I do not give a shit. Darkest Dungeon 2? That's kind of cool.
That could be interesting, yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom, May 12th. I feel like that's going to get delayed. I don't know why I think that. I just feel it in my soul. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. I heard that's actually been pushed all the way into 2024, so. I mean, not that anyone really cares. June, the Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection. Prude, I feel like. June's a big one, so we get that. We get Diablo 4. We get Final Fantasy 16.
That could be good, yeah.
On the PS5. Oh, God. July, Pikmin 4. Hogwarts Legacy on the Switch. Yeah. God, that's going to run like ass. Oh, that's going to run like ass. That barely runs very well on the PC. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, we got some bangers, but I'm still most hyped for Starfield.
Well, yeah. I mean, so for me, it's all going to be like updates to existing games this year with the Elden Ring thing, and then we're getting the big Duviri patch for Warframe in a couple months, which is, of course, the next big open world plus major like story quest. And then Guild Wars 2 has started a new kind of like living world type thing. So, so service games that I play are getting updates, which is pretty much enough to sustain me these days because I don't really play new games.
Right. Well, here's my suggestion, and it might be a little controversial, but how about we start playing a new game? Okay. It's a survival, right? It's a survival walking sim exploration game, right? Okay. With capitalist elements, right? So there's like trading and stuff, and working, doing stuff, and it's called Moving to fucking Knoxville.
Yeah. I think that one's actually getting worked on pretty well.
Is that right?
Well, I mean, somebody's been saving money and planning for the time that it comes. So.
Well, to be fair, some of us already had the money, so.
Well, sure, but you're not doing it this year. It seems like so.
I never said I'm not. I just said I'm maybe not.
You weren't making that. You didn't seem eager to make that commitment. So
I never make any commitments because, I mean, what if it doesn't happen? What if it doesn't happen? Because then there you are.
But if you don't hype yourself up for it, then maybe it just doesn't happen because you haven't made any sort of commitment to it.
Well, there's extenuating circumstances and things that are
sure, but I think that could also be said of myself.
Not really, but okay.
I mean, I would disagree, but
I wouldn't. But okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can compare extenuating circumstances if you disagree.
Well, mine is I'm just waiting on the housing bubble to collapse. That's it.
Okay. Well, I'm mine is that.
Yeah, but you could rent. You could easily rent.
I know. I mean, but I'm hoping that by the time they're like also rent's cheaper too. Maybe as a result, like once Sucks renewal comes up and stuff, I don't know. Anyways, but there's also the family concerns and stuff that have been making it so I'm not going ahead of time. I'm probably going to wait until the actual window is there.
Cope and see, but yeah, okay. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of Hogwarts Legacy coming to the Switch, which I said like 30 minutes ago. So, for the past month, been on a big Harry Potter kick. I watched all the movies again. Loved them. We ranked them last week in a very, very controversial segment. You would not believe how controversial that was in the community. I mean, I was getting flack for that all week. I wasn't. But this week, I watched the prequels, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the series, which is apparently a trilogy. I think it was supposed to be a quadrilogy, but we'll get to that in a second. Now, I was going to say, so these aren't based on a book like Harry Potter. Well, there was a book, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find It, but it was like a field guide thing. It was just like a little supplemental text, and it like explained magical creatures and stuff, and that was pretty much it. It wasn't a novel or anything. So I don't really know why they chose it as the basis for this prequel, because the prequels aren't essentially about. So it stars fucking, what is this guy's name? Eddie Redmayne. That's a stupid ass name. As Newt Scamander, which is also a stupid name. But the whole thing is really about like the relationship and then fight between Albus Dumbledore and Dark Wizard Gellert Grindelwald, who was like, you know, the first big bad Dark Wizard back in the day. So, God, this first one, I'm just gonna get out of the way. This fucking sucked. This fucking sucked. So, Brood, why do I love the Harry Potter series so much?
I don't know. You're a magician.
What?
You want magic to be real?
Well, magic is real, but no, I like it because it's British. I like it because I hear it.
Is that why? Because that's like the worst reason I can think of.
No, I like it because you turn it on and you see, you know, the great sights of the Isles. You hear the wonderful accent. It's warm and fuzzy and nostalgic, and it feels great inside. What do I hate more than anything?
Well, I can't say it on the stream.
But you know, okay, the thing that I hate the most, what is an overarching classification of them? I'll cut you the chase here. Americans. I hate Americans, and I hate America. This country sucks. Everything about this country sucks, and everything about the people that live here sucks. You all have a terrible accent. You're all stupid, ugly, and fat, and I hate it.
This is where I do the "fuck America" like sound clip.
Yeah.
From back in the day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Classic, some might even say. Your cities all look like fucking trash dumps. They're all gray and bleak hellscapes that are completely devoid of any soul and love and history. I fucking hate it. So how do you think I felt when the first Harry Potter sequel is based in fucking New York City? Oh my God. So the problem with this movie above all was that, like I said, the other 7 movies or 8 movies were based off of books. So the movies then had to conform to the books. But when you write a movie, you write it as a movie. So it has all the familiar story beats of a movie. Like, it goes the way a movie's supposed to, like, you know, action, exposition, action, blah, 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 blah. And so much of this was just like action for the sake of action. It just sucked. This is just bad. First off, Eddie Redmayne, I don't know if he actually is autistic or if Newt Scamander is supposed to be autistic, but his, like, first off, he's the only British person in the whole fucking movie, which was annoying. He never, like, looks people in the eyes, and he was, like, looking down the ground. It was really annoying. I hated it. The only good part of this whole movie was an actor named Dan Fogler that played the character Jacob Kowalski, who was like the comic relief, but he was like really good, right? In it, everyone else. Oh, what was Queenie Goldstein, played by Alison Sadal.
Some hell of a name.
Yeah, this woman. Let me see. Can I get let's see, Queenie Goldstein. Yeah, I'm not gonna make a single comment on that. What is this? Yeah, this is. She looked rough in the later, but in this first movie, she was fine as this one, the blonde. She was fine as hell, dude. She was fine as hell, which made it even funnier that her and the fat Jacob Kowalski got together, who was, let me see, pull a picture of him. I'm actually not. He was just fat. He was a fat looking Polak. So yeah, right here. He actually lost weight as the series went on, but yeah, like I don't really see it. But yeah, I fucking hate it. And I don't see it. I don't see her on here. But so in America, apparently, how do you even say this name? Serafina Pickery?
Sounds right to me.
I don't know. So this woman, this black woman who wears like a traditional African headdress, right? Obviously is the head of the American Ministry of Magic in the 1920s. That makes perfect sense. Sure. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Everything about that makes sense. Which, oh, by the way, they don't call it the Ministry of Magic. They call it the Magical Congress of the United States, also called MACUSA, which sucks. Did I mention how much I hated this movie?
Yeah.
Did I? Good, because I hated this movie. It was terrible. Oh, the only other good part of this was Ezra Miller, which was a shame because Ezra Miller has like very recently lost his fucking mind in real life, apparently. I think he like thinks he's Jesus now or something. Let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, and he like, here we go. A September 2022 article in Vanity Fair quoted others as saying Miller has claimed to be Jesus, the devil, and the next Messiah. So he's really going for the hat trick there.
Right.
They believe their relationship with Iron Eyes, who the fuck is Iron Eyes, would bring about the apocalypse. They also believe, is he doing like, oh, you can't call him a he. Sorry. It's fucking, okay. I'm just gonna move through this. He also believed Freemasons were sending demons to kill him, which is probably the least crazy thing he said. So, he played a really interesting character, but this movie had like no, it didn't feel like Harry Potter. Like, yes, I recognize there were elements of Harry Potter, but it didn't feel like Harry Potter. Colin Farrell was really good in this too. By the way, he was wasted in this movie. Dan Fogler and Colin Farrell were and Ezra Miller were wasted in this movie. Eddie Redmayne and I guess was Catherine Waterston, who played Tina Goldstein, the hot girl's sister. She sucked. She had like, I didn't know if she was like, it was just her her character's personality or something, but she was weird and didn't talk much. She sucked. And the other person that was wasted on this, who was much wasted earlier, was Johnny Depp, who played, well, spoiler alert. So the character that Colin Farrell plays was actually just Johnny Depp's character, Geralt Grindelwald, in disguise the whole time, and he's trying to start like a big war, right, with the Muggles, because he doesn't like Muggles, which, I mean, who does? We'll get into that in the next one, because he starts revealing his plans and everything. So, oh my God, it was such like a corny ass like Hollywood production, because the original Harry Potter is like, there was no like, even like the action scenes weren't really like that big. Like, all right, the climax of Chamber of Secrets is the fight with the basilisk, but like Harry Potter's like not like slow-mo like jumping or anything. He's just like, he's a kid who's like climbing and stabbing at it with a sword, and it's like, it works. Sorcerer's Stone, the fucking climax of that is, it's not even action, it's just him pulling the Philosopher's Stone out and like fucking turning Quirrell into ash. What did Azkaban didn't even, Azkaban kind of had that cool fight with Lupin or Remus when he was yeah, that was good. But you know what I mean though, like every book, it all just kind of like made sense. But there was so many like scenes in this movie, there was just like action for the sake of action. In addition to being set in America, this movie was made for Americans. Does that make sense? You know what I mean when I say a movie is made for Americans? Because Americans have like no attention span.
Would you call it cinema slop?
Yes, I would, 100%. Okay. This sucked. This
Bold.
was one. Yeah, this absolutely sucked, and I hated it. I was like, I felt bad that like the whole time I was like, is this over yet? Is this over yet? But
Right.
so going into the second one, I was not optimistic at all. But I tell you what, I was blown away. This second one, Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald, fucked hard.
Yeah.
So what was different about this was A, not in America. Great. It was set in Paris and a couple other places. Secondly, like the cast was expanded to be like much better, because in the first one it was really just like the Newt guy, the two Goldsteins, and the Pollock, and it was just them running around like doing crazy hijinks. It's like, I don't like that. But this one is like where it actually began. It's like, all right, Grindelwald is back. He's a really bad guy. He's trying to like recruit people to be on his side, which, by the way, his whole thing is he hates the statute of secrecy, right? He doesn't think that wizards should live in the shadows, which, I mean, that's a solid point. Because their whole thing is like, and JK, you know, even in the original books made this big point, is like, oh, you know, wizards and muggles, we're just all the same. It's like, no, fucking, you people literally like control death. You speak words and people just die. You can like build shit. You can like, you master life and death. There is no similarity between you and like normal people. You are literally like little g gods. Like, you are quite literally above humans. And I just hate this whole thing, because like throughout all of it, they keep trying to do this like good guy bullshit, which doesn't really make sense, because wizards are kind of assholes throughout the entire series. Like, wizards are dicks. So this whole thing where they're like, oh, we have to get along with muggles. It's like, it feels like so, you know what it feels? It feels like white guilt. Like, and honestly, that's kind of, yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. It feels like white guilt. Like, but anyway, Johnny Depp as Geralt Grindelwald is great. So first off, he looks insane, just default. But they like, his makeup like made him look like super pale. And then he had like this white hair, and like he had this contact in that made his eye. He just looked insane, and it was great. It was great because he just, like, you bought him as the villain. Right? Like, you look at it, it's great when you can just look at the characters and go like, that's the good guy, that's the bad guy. That's part like Voldemort, right? You looked at Voldemort and it's like, there's no way that guy's doing anything good. You know? Bellatrix looks strange. The Malfoys, you just look at them and go, dicks. They're the bad guys. Although, to be fair, Sirius Black looked like a bad guy, but I mean, he was kind of, I suppose, an anti-hero a little bit. So but anyway, yeah, this one picked up a little bit where the other one left off, except this one like brought in, this was essentially like, I don't know if these were ever intended to be like a big series, because the first one kind of felt self-contained, right?
Right.
And it wasn't until this one that they started bringing, I don't know if it did well, and then she was like, oh, well, let's make it like a whole prequel thing, because like Dumbledore, played by Jude Law, is not in the first one. So I don't know, I couldn't say, but this one feels like this is where the actual story starts. So Dumbledore comes into it. Jude Law's Dumbledore is pretty good. And Ezra Miller's still in it. Ezra Miller is still insane in this as well as real life. So that's great. Oh, Nagini. We were talking a couple of weeks ago about Nagini, and you know, we were talking about how she's whatever the fuck she is. She can transform into the snake, but this was back before she was like permanently a snake woman, and she's a hot Asian woman in this, which helped.
Base?
Yeah. So the other, so in addition to Grindelwald trying to like find people to support him or whatever, another big plot point of this was Ezra Miller's character, Credence Clearwater Revival. I don't remember his name. It's Credence something. He's trying to figure out like who he is, because he has a magical ability, and everyone's told him he's like from some ancient line, and it goes this whole thing, and it's like he's supposed to have been a Lestrange, right? There's Lita Lestrange, played by Zoe Kravitz, who is fine, by the way. Yeah. Well, she's, and it gets this whole thing in when at the climax you find out that it's not actually her brother because she killed her brother on accident when they were young. And it gets to the end, and it's then the climax of this one is pretty good. There was 2 points in this, and one's about to come up that I will point out, where it was kind of like, so Red Letter Media, if anyone's fans of them and watches, they dog on Star Wars a lot and other things, but mainly Star Wars, for when a reboot happens, or not even a reboot, like just some sort of continuation of an existing series, they'll put little things in the later, and it's like, I clap because I recognize that kind of things.
Right.
And there was 2 in this that kind of hit me like that. One of them made sense because obviously, whatever. Hogwarts. That made sense at least because, Dumbledore teaches there. Hogwarts is literally central to all this. Fine. Okay, you do that. But then at the climax, so Grindelwald has like this big rally, and the Aurors from Makusa and a couple other things come in, and they're going to apprehend them. It's like, oh yeah, this always fucking works. Let's get a bunch of jabronis to try and capture like the most powerful wizard in history. Yeah, that's going to work. Fucking great idea, guys. So they come in, and he like conjures fire and burns them all to death. Yeah, shocker. Big whoop. So then he tries to like burn down Paris, which based. But it doesn't work. Well, fucking, oh man, now I'm gonna forget his name. I was saying it all this week, and now I'm gonna forget it. Nicholas Flamel. Nicholas Flamel shows up, right? He showed up earlier in it, but then he shows up, and he's the one that saves the day. For people who aren't aware, by the way, Nicholas Flamel, in the wizarding world, is a alchemist who was actually the creator of the infamous Philosopher's Stone. And he's mentioned heavily in the first movie, of course, in the first book, but he's never seen. But it's one of those things, and it's like he introduces, and he's like, "I'm Nicholas Flamel." It's like, I clap because I knew that, I recognize that. It's like, fuck off. You could use like anyone else. Like it didn't have to be Nicholas Flamel. You did that because like people would go, "Oh my god, I clap because I recognize that from the first movie and book." So, whatever. I've seen like I said, Star Wars is way worse about it. Like they'll just pointlessly like bring someone back, and it's of course the infamous like somehow Palpatine return. It's like, really, that's what you're going with. So I don't know if I had any other. Oh, I wanted to point something out, and this is overarching all of them. All right. In the original series, how many times did they say the word Avada Kedavra in the original 8 movies? A lot, right? Yeah. Fair amount, yeah. Do you know how many times they said Avada Kedavra in these 3 movies? 0.
Oh.
Not once. Why? They said they said out loud other ones. Like there's a bunch of Revelio and Accio and Alohomora,
It's like, but did they cast it and just not say it?
Yes, because it's a very what it is. It's a green flash and someone dies. Like everyone knows what Avada Kedavra looks like. I think you even hear like them do Imperio and Crucio. Yeah, yeah. And the third one, Grindelwald casts Crucio on Jacob Kowalski. And he goes Crucio. They never once say Avada Kedavra in this entire. It's the strangest fucking thing. I thought to myself like halfway through the second one, I was like, I've seen them cast it like 3 or 4 times now. It's like, but they never say. It's so bizarre. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm gonna blame Americans. I don't know why, but it just feels right because I hate Americans. So. Anyway, so at the end of this, they reveal that he, in fact, was not a Lestrange, Creedence Clearwater Revival. He was not a Lestrange. He's a Dumbledore. Which I don't really know how I felt, but we get into it here in the next one. So the next one came out the first one came out in 2016. The next one came out in 2018. This one didn't come out until 2022. Obviously it was set to begin in the early 2020, and then stuff happened, and so it got pushed way back. obviously, in that amount of time, a lot happened. Most notably, Johnny Depp got embroiled in a little bit of, shit with that crazy bitch that he was with.
Fucking whore.
So they replaced him with Mads Mikkelsen.
Right.
They never address it, not once. And at no point did Mads Mikkelsen ever even attempt to look like Johnny Depp had looked. And
He's just polyjuicing.
that makes no sense. Who would he be polyjuicing as?
That's just some random dude. I don't know.
It's Mads Mikkelsen, who apparently exists in 1928.
Or like he did that thing like in part 4 of JoJo where he to escape the law, he has taken on somebody else's appearance, using some sort of mysterious wizard power.
Sure, yeah, why not? But yeah, so in this one, we find out that Grindelwald and Dumbledore are gay. Of course, we knew Dumbledore was gay for a long time. And we've actually known they were gay with each other for a long time, so that's not a big shock. And honestly, I'm going to say something controversial. For that reveal, it kind of worked more with Mads Mikkelsen, because you see Jude Law and Mads Mikkelsen and you go, yeah, I mean, I guess I see that. Sure, why not? But if you'd seen Jude Law with insane-looking Johnny Depp and gone, it's like, you two? When? I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about that one. But it took me so out of it, man. Like, I know why it happened, and that was dumb enough on its own. But Mads Mikkelsen's screen presence is the polar opposite of Johnny Depp. And for a dark wizard character in the wizarding world that is trying to take over the wizarding world, you need someone whose presence is like Johnny Depp's, not Mads Mikkelsen.
Right.
Yeah. Like Mads Mikkelsen is, I mean, he's Hannibal, he's Ernst Blofeld, he's a lot of really good villains. But those guys,
cold. He's like
a cold calculator, not insane dark wizard. So I'm already out of it. I also got heavily taken out of it because the story started getting a little insane. I feel like somehow J.K. Rowling wrote herself into a corner even faster than she did with the original books, which is kind of insane. So apparently his whole plan was to get elected as like head of the Wizard UN, which, by the way, I have another complaint. So the International Confederacy of Wizards has an election every so often to appoint their leader, who is known as the Supreme Mugwump. Guess how many times they say the word Supreme Mugwump in this film? 0.
Really?
So, again, this movie just felt dumbed down. Like, the whole series felt dumbed down. Like, you don't say Avada Kedavra, you don't say Supreme Mugwump. Like, there's a lot of elements that make Harry Potter great. In fact, there's only 1 or 2 instances where you even see, like, so what made like the original series great was like wizard architecture, right? Just these like weird, like everything looks broken, like someone, like a child drew it, like all their buildings and everything. It's like,
right,
it looks insane, like the Burrows where the Weasleys live, right? It's this fucking tacked together leaning tower of bullshit house, and it's quirky. It's like, that's wizards. Nope, none of that in this, except Nicholas Flamel. His house looks like that.
Fucking daylight savings time.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, it just became 3 a.m. for me.
Oh, based. What was I? Yeah. I mean, I'm starting to wrap it up anyway, so it doesn't matter. They just took like. Fantastic Beasts is Harry Potter for Americans, essentially. Like, They took everything that's great about Harry Potter and ripped out the parts that American audiences would look at and go, well, I don't understand that. What does Vada Kedavra mean? That's something satanic, I think. God, I fucking hate Americans.
Not wrong, though.
Well,
I feel like a lot of your criticism of Americans in this particular context is coming from like the part of America that you're from, because
yes,
like there's things I hate about Californians, obviously. But you have a very specific regionalized criticism here of
but I feel like it's criticism of New York is not real regionalism. I don't live anywhere near fucking New York. It reminds me. Hold on. Yes, I was. The first movie I was railing on New York the entire time.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. So, for instance, there was a great segment I saw, or comment, sorry, I saw in a video I watched a couple of years ago about the let's say like early 1900s St. Louis Olympics, right? And how crazy it was. So in Paris, they held a Summer Olympics a long time ago, and they ran down this majestic boulevard, down this majestic boulevard, past this great location, this with London, they had a great marathon, where Trafalgar Square and Big Ben and all this. The current route of the St. Louis Olympics runs past a fucking Quiznos and a strip mall and some other stupid bullshit. Like, I'm not going to get into a whole thing about this country. That's not the point of this. My point is, this country sucks, and it has no history and it has no soul, more or less. The cities at least don't. The cities at least don't. The cities. Plenty of rural.
You have to make your own soul with a V in this country.
Yes. There's plenty of places in the Appalachians, for instance, have a lot of soul. For instance, and it's mostly rural. So, but the cities kind of suck. They just kind of do. Sorry, it is what it is. So that's not a regionalized, you bitch.
Sure. I was saying the particular impression of somebody griping that it's like satanic or something.
That was just one throwaway statement.
No, I know. I'm just saying that,
I feel like you're trying to delegitimize for that.
Maybe.
Anyway, can I move on?
Sure.
Or get back to my point. My whole point was that
I thought that was your point, but okay.
No, because I had more. The problem was so yeah, his big planned. Oh, I did have a point. I just got off on a tangent. Let me get back to the original point, which was talking about how terrible this movie was. Apparently, his whole plan was to get elected as Supreme Mugwump, right? And I'm gonna tell you the basic plot and tell me what this is a fucking allegory for. All right, a highly controversial man who has humongous grassroots support for disliking a certain group of people, comes out of nowhere and suddenly becomes the favorite front runner for a very important political position. Then, when he doesn't win it, tries to overthrow the whole process. Does that sound familiar?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, maybe I'm getting ahead of you here, but I'm reading through this plot that you got on this wiki page, and I see they involve some necromancy here. Like, I know necromancy kind of exists in the wizard world, but I feel like it's something that's not really covered all that much, especially in the original Harry Potter.
So it's not, because you can't bring dead people back, but you can bring dead creatures back, or just reanimate them. And what he did, so essentially what he did was, to get elected, he said, fuck this, we're not having an election, we're not voting. Does that sound familiar? We're gonna bring out this a Quillen, which is a magical creature that can see into one's souls, and if they see you and they see that you're pure, they bow in front of you. So he found one, he killed it, and then resurrected it, and spelled its mind to say, bow to me. And it did, but oh my god, Newt Scamander's come out, he's actually got another Quillen, and it's the real one. It was a whole fucking thing. It was very cringe. Now, here's another problem I had. I'd assumed, because this is the last movie and they said they're not going to make any more, I assumed we wrapped up this whole thing, right? So they get into this big duel and they know it's a draw, and then he jumps off the cliff and apparates out of there. And I'm like, oh, okay, so we're now going to get into Act 3 where we chase him down and everything. It's like, no, it's just left hanging.
Oh.
Geralt Grindelwald just gets away. And there's not going to be a fourth movie, so he'll never get caught. We'll never see it. And that's kind of fine, because this movie takes place in 1932. And in canon, Grindelwald is caught and he has a big duel with Dumbledore in 1945. Now, I don't have to tell you what happened specifically between 1932 and 1945. So,
and earlier you said something about Grindelwald trying to burn down Paris. I was like, that's an interesting parallel too. So,
Yeah, but I don't think that was intended in that respect. I think he just wanted to bring. He literally see. It was so funny because his Depp's character was so good, and it was such a shame that they had to get rid of him because of that crazy bitch. It was so good because like what was he doing? He was trying to like recruit all these people, and then they started fighting him, and he just got real pissed at the whole thing, and he goes, "I hate Paris," and then disappears and sets this like fire dragon out or something to burn it all down, and they have to contain it. Yeah, it wasn't intended as any kind of allegory like that, but it was.
Well, yeah, 100% though. If they covered the arc after this, though, it does.
Oh yeah,
like, there's a good chance that it's like yeah, so Grindelwald ran off to like Nazi Germany and conspired with them or some.
Oh,
shit.
he does. No, he 100% does. No, I'm not joking. No, I'm literally not joking. Let me see if I can find the exact name so I can get it right. He has, so his like base is in somewhere in like the Austrian Alps, and it's literally called like Nurem something, which Nurem in German I think means like castle or fortress or something. Right. So I mean that's fine, but it's like, gee, I mean, and the castle's like literally like based on like the eagle's nest. It's like, good God, could you literally like?
They literally just name it like Castle Nuremberg.
Yeah,
and it's specifically a reference to you. It's a coded message to you.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so there's no way that they weren't going to be heavy-handed about that. So
oh no, it was going to be the worst. So in a way I'm kind of Nuremgard, which is like, wait, no, guard means castle, I think. What is Nuremgard, not Nuremgard, Nuremgard. Yeah, but yeah, it sounds the same. So you know where they were going to go, and if they did a fourth one, you just know they were going to go heavy-handed on like the whole Hitler thing, which is stupid because you know who else was supposed to be Hitler? Voldemort. That she literally said, it's like, oh, he's supposed to be like he's a Hitler analogy, and it's like you can't do that twice. Fuck off. You can't. So I was so excited after the second one, Crimes of Grindelwald, because I thought, okay, they're on something here. They got it. They've got the spell, I guess you could say. They've got it down. They've got the permutation. They got the equation. They got it. This next one, this third one's going to be a banger. Nope. I don't know if Johnny Depp could have saved it. I don't know what could have saved it. I will make the point, though, I found interesting. She wrote by herself the first two, but the third one, there was a co-writing credit with a guy named Steve Kloves, who apparently wrote like almost every single one of the original movies. So, yeah, I don't know what fucked up here, honestly. So.
Well, it's just very interesting that it was so bad, though.
Yeah. I was incredibly disappointed by this movie. I was like, I mean, it was, like I said, it was nice to like continue to see stuff from the wizarding world.
Right.
But I don't know. I was pretty peeved about it. But it's one of those things where, like, yeah, like, in addition to like the whole Nazi thing that most certainly would have come out, it's established in the lore that the duel between Grindelwald and Dumbledore that beats Grindelwald is supposed to be like the greatest duel of all time. Phoenix hit him with that hydrate.
Okay.
I like how Phoenix always hits us with that hydrate after I've gone on like a long rant where I like don't even breathe for a couple of minutes. So he's
when
really
you need it most.
He's looking out for my health. What was I saying? I don't remember. Fuck it. This movie sucked.
Can't breathe. Yeah.
I can't breathe. So that is my 2-hour rant about that. So
that's good. I was probably never gonna watch those movies anyhow, but it's good to know that I'm not missing out on too much.
No, you're not missing out on anything except I'll go back to what I said at the beginning about Jacob Kowalski, Jared Fogler's character. That's not my name. I don't know.
Jared Fogel's character?
No, I think it's like Dan Fogler or something. I can't remember. He was the best part of this movie. Like, he was just consistently funny through the whole thing, and it wasn't even like a lot of comic relief is like really painful, right? Because you could tell it's like, you know, they're only there to get like that little quip in. But a lot of his comedy was kind of like a lot of his, because he was a muggle, right? And a lot of his comedy was just like, I have no idea what's going on here, but sure, whatever, let's do this. It was very subtle, like comedic relief, which I appreciated, and the actor's pretty good at it. So, and he was so goofy, and it was just so funny that really hot woman liked him. So,
right. I think it's funny that like the writing was so sloppy, and it was kind of like a lot of it was just like, oh, here's more Harry Potter bullshit, because that's kind of how the Fantastic Beasts book was too, because I remember actually reading that at one point.
Well, yeah, like the Fantastic Beasts book was not a book per se. Like it was
it was more like a little like almost like a fictional like
manual
or like a there's a term I'm looking for, but yeah, it's, you know, like a guidebook.
Yeah.
So it's funny that they chose that, because it's kind of in a way how the movies almost are, where it's like it's not really like you're getting more quality story necessarily, but just it's like here's more supplemental material just to have it, you know, like.
Well, if it was, and that brings me back to my point. It's like I don't know if they ever intended it to be the trilogy or a quadrilogy, because she coped and said it was always supposed to be a trilogy, but I think she just said that because she didn't want to admit that her movies sucked and they weren't going to make a fourth one. Mm-hmm. So if it was, like, why did you choose Fantastic Beasts as the platform for that, right? Like, why did you not just go and say, like, this is a Dumbledore prequel? We all love Dumbledore. I love Dumbledore. Do you love Dumbledore?
It's all right.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. I like Dumbledore. And I mean, if you had just made, let me put it this way, if you hadn't spent the whole first movie sucking, right, and just doing like action for the sake of action and being like just showing off like, oh my god, isn't the wizard shit crazy? If you had actually like started the lore there and then gone the three movies, you could have done it. You could have had a really good cohesive story that ended with Grindelwald being beat, right? But you didn't. You wasted an entire first movie. Then in the second one, you had to play catch up, and it worked. It was good. It was really great. But then in the third one, you just fumble the bag again. So, and then fucking you don't get a fourth one because your movie sucks. So here we are. Hate Americans. That's my takeaway from this.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how, because there's that Pottermore website that they run,
Right.
That's like supplemental
Yes.
content or something.
Yes, which is Pottermore is very good, by the way.
They should just call the movie trilogy Dumblemore, because you're getting more Dumbledore.
Yeah, good one.
No, I can't give you that one.
Time to end the show.
Oh, well, I had one more little thing.
Oh, I was kind of on fuck we gotta get out, but no, go ahead.
Okay, well, I thought we would throw Fediverse a bone.
Oh,
and
Why?
well, because the chumcacks, or the
I was gonna talk about the fucking Chudbuds getting on, so we'll talk about it for a second, then we'll get out of here. We'll get out of here.
Do Chudbuds really?
Do Chudbuds really? So, all right, for those of you who don't know what the fuck we're talking about, Chudbuds.lol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real raped girls. I'm not gonna repeat the rest of the meme because it seems inappropriate for Twitch, but only at chudbuds.lol.
What?
Yeah, you didn't see that meme, or like the fake banner that was going around on the Fetty, where it's like advertising that you can find like basically advertising that you can find like CSAM on fucking Chudbuds.
Oh, well, I mean, you probably could.
It's making fun of them.
Okay.
Which was deserved.
Sure. Anyway, Chudbuds LOL is a Fetty instance node, whatever the hell they're called, that was kind of post-refugees a little bit, that were fans of, what's his name? What's the guy's name?
Mechator or whatever.
Mechator, yeah.
Whatever.
Whoever, yeah, I don't care. They were fans of him, and they were pretty fucking insufferable, because the problem was that like a lot of them were very normie adjacent, and you like they would. So the two things, they were very normie adjacent, and they were very hyper focused on hating pedos. See, here's the thing: a lot of people use hating pedos as like this skin or the whole personality. It's like, listen, you know who else hates pedophiles? Everyone. But we don't like constantly talk about it all the time. We don't pull bot and go, you're a pedo, you're a pedo. It's like, chill. Like, we get it. Like, when you start going too far in the other direction, that's when we start asking questions like, why are you so, like, why are you, like, what's going on here? Why are you so adamant against this? I understand it's a bad thing, but like, you're going above and beyond to be like, you're the pedo, you're the pedo. It's like, I'm not trying to say like, you know, what does they say about latent homosexuals? You know, it's like, oh, they hate homosexuals. It's like, you know, I'm not saying all chudbuds are latent pedophiles, but
well, yeah.
I also am kind of saying it. So anyway, we dislike them for obvious reasons, and it's another one of those things like where I've talked about, like I said something several months ago that wasn't even related to them, but it was one of those things about like, because everyone would always dig on us, and it's like, oh, who are you? Like, you're just some small time thing. It's like, yeah, I might be a small time thing, but like my small time thing has existed for 20 years now, right? Like, yours didn't exist 3 years ago, and 3 years from now it won't exist. And Chudbuds is one of those examples. It's like Chudbuds was this huge thing. It's all of it, blah blah blah. Well, they're gone. They're gone.
Right, because after getting doxxed, their admin just threw in the towel, basically. Right,
so I'll get into that of what actually happened. So Claire, the Chudbuds admin, who is like the normiest fucking person possible, like she's literally like an old lady or something with kids or something.
Did you see her nudes?
I did, unfortunately. Not the best, not the worst.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
Could have been way worse. To have 3 kids, not bad.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, her body isn't completely destroyed, actually.
Yeah,
so
yeah, not bad. Not really my type, but
yeah, not saying it's like an exciting thing, but I'm just saying.
No. But it's very interesting to see someone you dislike naked. So it's a vindication in a way. So yeah, so she gets like hell doxxed, and somehow they get into like root on the Chudbud server, and they get everything, like non-hashed passwords, emails, everything. She had decent tits. Yeah, I mean, they were okay.
And for 3 kids, you know. Yeah.
For
3 kids and being white trash. I mean,
yeah, and I don't know, how did they get the nudes? Were they on the server?
Well, so the thing was that whatever attack vector they used, I forgot what it was. It was like, I don't remember what the story was. She wrote some like statement about how they did it.
She got fished. I think she just straight got fished.
I think it's like fish, but I think it was like some stupid shit, like a fucking Minecraft mod pack. I don't know. It's some
that's so embarrassing.
But basically, it was like they gained access. Yeah, rat.
What's a rat?
Okay.
What's a rat?
Well, I don't know. I've seen that acronym though. And yeah, that's what people were saying. But basically, she was essentially fished in such a way that they gained access to not only her server, but also they might have done it through her personal. Yeah, so I guess they did like a remote access scheme.
Oh.
Yeah. So they gained access through her personal computer, so they got all those documents on her and then her photos and shit.
Right.
And then use that to just probably SSH into her server, I think.
Right.
And
that's hilarious.
Get all and dump all that too.
That's hilarious. Could not have happened to a better person.
I mean, it's honestly, as far as Fetty admins go, I didn't hate her that much, you know, compared to like her users fucking suck.
Yeah.
But she wasn't the worst admin when people like fucking P and Graph exist, but
that's true. Yeah, we gotta keep it in context of how bad everyone else is.
And of course, and just, you know, a little shout out to Graph as this happened. He was acting very offended by all this, and I was like, it's just because this motherfucker knows that if his shit gets leaked, they're gonna see that he's like probably harboring another 20 pedophiles on his fucking instance.
At least. So.
Well, I mean, you know, 1 in 3, as they say. So
1 in 3, they did indeed say that. Yeah, I heard that once. I think I saw that.
But some argue that it's actually closer to 2 and 3.
It's true.
Some even say it's closer to 4 and 3.
Hashtag Graph rapes kids.
That was a RuneScape reference. No one got that.
That's a RuneScape reference.
Yeah, the wilderness used to be called. That's what they're. We're not going to get into it, but yeah, no, hilarious events all around. Yeah, so I mean, and then yeah, she put out a statement going like, "Well, fuck it, bye." It was a lot longer than that, but I didn't read it because I don't like reading. So
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, like, I think one of their people from that instance actually re-registered on ours and like posted about it a little bit, and I was like, I'm not fucking reading all that.
yeah, I don't care. I don't give a shit. You're all a bunch of losers. I'm glad to see you gone. So
Right.
yet another example of you come at the beef, you get the
You
No.
Brief.
yeah.
You get the teeth. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you come at the griddle, you get the grease. Maybe. I don't know. We're gonna have to workshop that one a little bit, I think. But fuck Chudbuds. So glad they're gone.
Yeah. Well, now
So
it's got all the other
glad.
ones.
I don't like I I don't get on Fetty a whole bunch anymore, but whenever I do, it's just like you get on there, it's like, wow, you guys are arguing about the same shit you were arguing about last time I was on here, which is the same shit you've been arguing about for 2 years.
Getting rid of Chudbuds will actually kind of eliminate some of that, because I feel like they were some of the most like circular fucking
Oh yeah,
conversations
100%.
on the Fetty, like especially
Yeah.
since we can't really interact with post directly. I mean, we like a lot of nice crew people, but some nice crew people are also kind of that way.
Yeah, but the nice crew guys at least have like a smidge more self-awareness.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they can laugh it off a little bit more.
Yeah.
And their instance isn't explicitly about like worshiping some like dying e-celeb or whatever. So
Yeah. Which I wish she'd hurry up and get on with that dying thing.
yeah.
I want that dude gone.
Mm.
Yeah, fucking hilarious. LOL, imagine getting hacked by a Minecraft mod pack, if that's what happened.
Mhm.
I actually do kind of want to read that now, because if that's what happened, that's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life.
I might have just been paraphrasing some shit I read that probably wasn't
Well, Phoenix
true.
knows. Phoenix, do you know specifically like what it was, like how they got it on our computer? Because like I like that just doesn't process to me. It's like you run a huge node of like thousands of users. You clearly have some level of tech competence. How?
To be fair, when she started her instance, she was taking like advice from me, so she can't be that confident.
Well, you have a medium level.
But I'm saying like if I was the
Right.
expert figure to her when she was starting out,
Oh,
then like I mean I'm still like, I mean, obviously since I haven't been practicing it's even worse, but like I was not the most proficient at doing this.
Yeah, he says it was a rat hidden in the package, but that's what I'm saying. What was the package? Was it really a Minecraft mod pack? I mean, how does that happen? Does some random person message you and go, "Here's a mod pack"? Like, how does that work? Like Suck and me are big, huge fans of modded Minecraft. Like, you just using some random mod? Like, no, that's red flag number one. Yeah, I know you can hide shit in the files, but that's what I'm saying. Like, did someone just contact her and be like, "Hey, here's a specific mod pack"? Like, that's a red flag. That's a big fucking red flag. If someone messaged me and was like, "Hey, try this mod pack," I'd be like, "No." First off, unless it's all the mods, or I'm gonna date myself here a little bit, like Tech It.
You'd have to be, as dumb as Jones to click on a "here, try my game" link.
Oh my god, I forgot all about that. Man. I don't mean any offense to anyone in particular, but it's been really it's been really refreshing over the past couple of weeks. I have not had to see any like terrible 115 takes on almost anything, and I'm gonna tell you, it makes the day a lot better.
I mean, yeah, I guess I don't understand how much it gets to you, because like I don't really give a shit when people have bad takes, like it doesn't really bother me.
it's I don't either, but when is Marine still there? Martine? No, Martine. Who's the fuck is Martine? I don't know. What's that? Yeah. It's not so much the takes themselves. It's just, I mean, I won't get too deeply into the whole thing, because, it's not really a done deal yet. But when it's something that is Marine, don't fucking know. I don't see her anymore. When it's something is the fat bitch. Yeah, I think I saw her.
I don't think Marine was the fat one, but
I think she is.
I think that was like one of the several other girls on the Fetty.
Well, Peachy's fat, but Marine is also fat.
Peachy's known fat.
No, Marine's fat. She posted, there was a picture of her hand once and it looked like bloated.
Okay. I thought that was the other one that is now on post.
I'm pretty sure it's a Marine.
There's a third void, not Peachy, but
I will be willing to walk that back if proven wrong, though.
Okay, either way.
Anyway, it bothered me because, you know, as something as much as I is dear to me as you know, the WIDEVERSE, it pains me, right, to see what it used to be back in the day, and even just a year or two ago, to now where it's literally just a fucking dumping ground for the most terrible takes I've ever seen in my life. Like, here's the thing. All right, I'll just go ahead and say this out loud and get it out there. The thing is, there was only two options for me, okay? One is what I'm doing and just slowly stepping away from the whole process, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two would to just be to clean house and to get rid of all the people that were detrimental to the culture. Now, which of those is the better option?
Well, I guess it depends on who you ask, but...
Well, look at it objectively. What's the best option? If there's an issue with where one person can be gone, or an issue where like 10 people can be gone.
Well, it depends, right? Because I mean, that's assuming that it's all arbitrary and like it's just like utilitarian, like okay, one versus many, like Charlie problem bullshit, you know? Like if it was the case that there was actually a problem with those people, and in the long run, it would be like, yeah, like you cull the diseased like branches to overall increase the health of the thing in the long term. Like there's an argument for that.
Which is the reality of the argument, is that's exactly what it would have been. However, that's an amount of effort. That's an amount of effort I'm just not willing to expend.
Right.
And because that would be pure effort. It would be so much work. It would be so much of a headache. And I
guess I have a disagreement about maybe like the nostalgia for what the WIDEVERSE was, because so long as we've been larger, like ever since moving to Discord and then blowing up with Rust and stuff, like I feel like a lot of that kind of posting has happened even back then. I think
but it was drowned out by a lot of other really good posting.
I think our standards are higher now, honestly. Like I think
our standards have evolved.
To go back to what you said when we kind of started, like before the stream live, when you hopped in Discord, back when we thought thing I won't say again on stream was the funniest shit.
We didn't think it. To be fair, we didn't think it was funny. Culturally, people thought it was funny.
Yeah, I'm just saying that culturally we've changed as well.
Right. But the thing is, like, yes, we have, but the problem is, like, once upon a time, there were people who were culturally just as bad as they are now. There was just a lot better. There was so much else that could distract you from it. But the point is now...
I guess I don't see... the only thing that I really think was different is that there was more actual games posting because people were playing more games. I feel like that was the main difference.
That's part of it. Yes, that's part of it. Definitely, there was more legitimate interaction, but now so much that you see is just people reacting via commentary culture, right? And you just have to...
But the thing is, I think commentary culture has also emerged in the time since the group started. So like, it's not like we're working with that culture has gone worse in the duration of this group's lifespan. So it's not just that the people themselves are like worsening, but that the culture around them has too. You know, so
it's both. It's both.
So I'm just saying that, like, I think maybe partially our expectations are skewed because we're judging like successes of the past, not only our own, but like also what we saw in other groups back then, to like the current way of things, where I think it's actually a lot more dismal across the board for everybody almost.
Right.
And then also like the turns we made, for example, on the Fetty, were like our cultural shit there became very much being anti-commentary culture and anti like East Lebs and shit. Like,
well, it became because I mean that was around that time was when commentary culture I think just became a very mainstay of...
Well, sure. So then our turn there was a reaction to the external culture, that like cultural turns that were taking place. But that's what I'm saying, is that like it's a combination of everything, even external to the group, getting worse, and then I think for our particular core set of people, maybe our ideal of what it should be becoming more certain and having a higher standard, as I was saying.
Right.
And then I guess I see the frustration there. I think that it was easier to not notice the potential problems early on too, when there wasn't as much of a vision of like, okay, this can be a certain way and this is how it should be or whatever. Like it was newer then, and
Right.
I don't know. I guess I'm not as cynical about or like pessimistic or whatever about it as you are, I guess. But
Well, I am that. So, but I mean, yeah, that's just the issue. Is like, I just can't.
well, and you know, I mean, if that's the case, right? I mean, I guess that's a fair argument to say that if somebody is so pessimistic about like whether their gripes are real or imagined, right? Like it doesn't change the fact that they're not in a position to deal with it, you know, like
Right, and the issue is, I mean, that's only one facet of it, of course, as I've said many times before. Like, it's compounded by the fact it's like, again, I don't, you know, if I had to suffer through like, you know, seeing 10,000 more Oxball posts, that'd be fine if there was other dimensions to the culture that was growing. But the fact is, it hasn't. Nothing's happened in years, and it continues not to happen because everything just seems to be so based in this commentary culture. I mean, you can't literally. What was it? One of the things that, you know, really, I'm not gonna say broke me, but really pushed me to start leaving was something that's like, you know, you just try and talk about something and it's like, you get people on, okay, for instance, like you talk about being excited about something, right? Like I think, Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it might have actually been Hogwarts Legacy. You talk about Hogwarts Legacy, and it's like, which was, by the way, certified great game. It was probably still might be a game of the year. We'll see how things shake out, but you start talking about it, and then you just get all these people who are like, their only interest in it is commentary culture. They have no interest. I mean, they'll just straight up, I'm never gonna play that. It's like,
well, I mean,
then why are you fucking here?
In their defense, I guess a lot of the times where that really happened most egregiously, it was in channels like Internet Drama where we kind of
it was in gaming channels. And
okay,
that's what made me angry.
In that case, sure, that should be maybe.
And that was the thing. That's where it always fucking happened. You would talk about anything, and it's just the only response that you would ever get out of anything was this fucking commentary culture bullshit. People would just go, nah, did you hear about what fucking, you know, the baby rapist 1987 said about it? No, I don't fucking hear that. I never fucking hear that. I don't fucking care. You know what I do? I see something I like, and I participate in it. I'm hands-on. I see something I like and I do it. I don't care what your fucking E-Celeb person has to say about it. I don't care what your stupid fucking take about it is. I don't give a shit, and I want you gone and preferably dead.
So tonight on the Snake Pit, yeah, I mean, I get that, but
and if I seem frustrated, it's because I am, because I do realize that I've been run out of my own creation, and I didn't understand this for a long time. Like, I didn't understand this for a long time when I would hear about people who like founders and creators and everything, and, you know, to hear them say it's like, oh, this is why I decided to walk away from this. You know, it's like, I was like, I would never walk away from WIDEVERSE. Why would I ever do that? I love it. I 100% understand now. I 100% understand why someone looks at something they created that they loved and went, fuck this. I don't want anything to do with this piece of shit anymore. And that's how I feel about WIDEVERSE these days. Well, not these days. It's how I felt for a long fucking time. So.
Well, so I guess though, a similar thing, like what I was saying earlier about the other stuff, is that like the whole like dismissive, like, you know, being enthusiastic about shit is like lame attitude that some people have.
Right.
Like that's not really necessarily new either.
I've always preached something that I heard this guy, that a streamer I used to like it, because he said, like, the first step to being great at something is being cringe, right? And that's very true in almost anything. Is like, you have to suck at something first before you're good at it. And I mean, you know, especially
it's the saying that like cringe is like the first steps towards soul.
It is. I mean, it's kind of a joke, but no, it is. Like, you have to be vulnerable. And the problem is, if you are so beholden to this commentary culture and that way of thinking, the one thing you cannot do is make yourself vulnerable, because then you might be the target. You can no longer at that point be the one standing back and going, haha, I'm laughing at things. No. You're the thing being laughed at. And that's what a lot of these people can't handle, because they're fucking losers.
Oh, so here's another counterpoint that I feel like we're somewhat complicit in that I think we ourselves have sometimes contributed to this, like, attitude of instead of
agree,
engaging.
but
Well,
let
I'm
me-
just saying, instead of
Okay, go
engaging wholly with something, maybe instead sometimes we do this like thing where we just reach for the easy dunk, right? Like we just reach for like the dismissive, like, oh, I got
Right.
one over on you thing. Like we do that too sometimes.
Sure, but here's the difference, though. The people that we usually have done that to, the people that we've usually gone after our
I mean,
targets,
we do it to each other, so. Like,
but that's because we're friends.
sure,
And we know that's like we don't go after random people, but the people that we have is like it's very self-righteous people. It's people who think that like the Nurembergs, right? Like they're 100% huffing their own farts. So it's very easy to go in on them, and it's like yes, they are out there doing something, and yes, it is cringe, but you're taking yourself way too seriously about it. If you are doing something that is a little cringe and a little strange, you have to recognize that and step back and go, yeah, I'm gonna catch some flack for this. But I'm gonna get through it. I'm not gonna take it too personally. And Nurembergs, for instance, can't, because it's literally their religion almost. Well, for some of them, it actually literally is fucking pagan LARPers. So, yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, yes, we are guilty of it. But
well, like for example,
we never made it our personality.
I'm sure. I guess that I'll say that like I'm not saying that his take on it was ever particularly good or accurate, but for example, like I mean my old buddy Austin, right? Like he one of his excuses for not being more involved with us was that he thought that we were all collectively kind of too flippant, about things.
Yeah, I understand that, but on the other hand, he also took everything way too seriously.
Well, no, I get that. I'm just saying
and
that, like,
again, talking about being self-righteous, he was a little self-righteous, especially, and I won't get into it, but especially considering some circumstances there,
Right. No, I mean, and I agree. That's kind of the crux of a lot of my issues with him too. Just I'm just saying that like I'm trying not to be too reductive regarding the state of things and where it's at. Like both in that I'm not so pessimistic about why it's gone this way. Like I think some of it's just truly out of our hands and might pass as the culture changes around us too. But also that like, and for the things that are controllable to like, for me, it's important to understand where maybe, I mean, I can't account for anybody else, right? But at least where I've been complicit in contributing to it in some way,
Right.
Because if there's any hope of changing it, then I have to be able to recognize what I could do to avert that from happening in the future.
I don't think there's any changing it, and that's like that's why I've just decided to go. I'm done. So, and I think that's
I call it the ox balls exhaustion.
I would call it that as well. I fucking hate ox balls. And again, I mean, it's there's a lot of problems here, and they were all things that could have been fixed by me. But the problem is, and I mean, I've said this for so many years, but the problem is up until I don't want to say recently, but for a long time, this fight was not fight. This process was just me. It was just me. I stood alone in it. There was no one else. Even people that were around me really didn't give much of a shit. I mean, you talk about being flippant. Yeah, I suppose so, actually. I suppose we have been a little flippant. And then when it came down to a time for things to be serious, I think maybe we didn't quite catch on to those cues in time. And by that point, it just didn't matter anymore. So slowly we were just bled to death. And then you get things like, instances where I should have done something. Like I should have kicked, I should have gotten rid of ox balls. I should have gotten rid of a lot of people, actually.
Well, I guess that's the problem. Is if we're talking about getting rid of people, like you have to get rid of a lot of people now.
I do. That's what I was talking. That was the crux of this. That's where I began. I said, what do I do? Do I go through and cull all these people? Which, by the way, wouldn't work because of just the way that the WIDEVERSE works, right? Like if I kick a bunch of people out of the Wide Boys Discord, the Wide Boys community, they're still technically in the WIDEVERSE because maybe they're beefy boys, maybe they're on the Fetty. I don't have complete control over it. So I'm now creating, there's now a rift that now has to be somehow mended or smoothed over, right? So that's issue number one. Secondly, these things have rippling effects, right? If you kick one person, even that someone doesn't like, maybe one person does, and then that person is liked by a lot of people, and it's this ripple effect. And we saw that during the Wonka thing, right? Wherein like one person who was maybe on the fence about it didn't say anything, and it could have changed the whole fucking thing, right? And it didn't. So, it's a butterfly effect. You don't know how it's going to happen. So in that effect, if there's 10, 15 people that you say, they gotta go, they've got to go. And then there's only one person saying that, who really has to go.
Well, yeah, but
And I know you're trying this trolley problem, but cultures and communities do essentially work on raw numbers.
well, yeah, and I also think that because of certain differences in attitude, I think you might understand that.
Oh, I'm the minority.
Because I'm not so absolutist about it, that I myself won't necessarily think that maybe kicking people in mass is necessarily the solution either, right?
And the problem is because of 2 or 3 years of lack of growth, stagnation, and then we haven't really lost in well, I was gonna say we haven't really lost anyone major. We have lost a couple of major people. We're not, I mean, at that point it would be a 2018 style page 1 rewrite, and I can't do it again. We only survived 2018. We only survived the Wonka thing, because they were idiots and they kind of failed on their own merits. I mean, they had me beat for a while. I mean, I don't know if this is talked about enough in history. They had me beat. I lost. I just straight up lost. Right. They had all the momentum going for them. I mean, if they had kept
in the war of like appearances for the people that fell for that shit. I mean,
no, in the war of everyone. I mean, I don't think you understand. Go ahead.
I don't know that you can fairly say everyone when like your hardest ride or die brothers. I mean,
I mean, I know y'all wouldn't. I know. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
But I mean, there are other people beyond even just us who weren't into what they were peddling. There was some.
There wasn't. They were. Okay. I don't know if maybe you've just forgotten or you just never knew, but except for like us three, pretty much everyone at some point to some level bought in on their bullshit. And even not just that, there was a lot of people who were like, I talk a lot about people as like, I don't want to get involved, right? And it's like, but you probably fucking should have, because there was a very definitive right and a very definitive wrong in that.
Well, sure, and that sort of fence sitting stuff is frustrating for sure.
No, and there and there was a lot of fence sitters in that, and they were like, I don't really want to get involved. It's like, okay, but by not getting involved, like they're winning. They were winning. They'd won. They'd beat me.
Well, I guess especially if you view it as like their actions it makes them aggressors, right? So by doing nothing, you are complicit in the aggression that they're
right. And because it was very much a cultural war, they'd won. I mean, I'd lost, but thankfully, because of various things that I still won't talk about to this day, they lost. It all fell apart, and I was able to build it back. But I was only able to build it back a lot because of things that other people like Alex, mostly, for instance. Alex was instrumental in that. I don't have anyone this time around. But
now counterpoint to Alex, in a lot of what you're going on about earlier, like in terms of bringing up Hogwarts, then people would just bring up random shit and like kind of shit on it. Like Alex was pretty common in like the commentary culture. Oh, we'd be hype about something.
Oh, I guess so. He was bad for that element, but he was good for others.
But that's slightly different, because Alex would at least like buy it and play it, then shit on it. People these days won't even like. They'll go like, I'm not buying that. I'm just gonna shit on it. It's like, that's stupid. But what I was saying though is like, I mean, this time around, like, yeah, I got you guys, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have another architect, and it got to a certain point, and we saw this with the incident in Mother in December. It's like, I just realized I've surrounded myself with a bunch of people who just aren't fucking doing anything. Like, right. I mean, I'm not going to name names, but there's one specific person who was involved with Mother who, I mean, I'm just going to come out and say, I'm pretty sure he was just fucking sandbagging me the entire time. Who, right. I mean, promised the moon, delivered jack shit, ran 4 or 5 key people off.
Right.
And bragged about it. And that was the point where I started. No, they did.
Well, but I mean, he has brought some of them back too. I mean,
he brought one of them back. He brought one of them back, and I'm not gonna say it wasn't the one I wanted, but it wasn't the one I needed. I needed the other one. I needed the other ones really badly, but you ran them off, and then you bragged about it. And it was at that point that I got like, that's where I started to recognize my own weakness. And that with the frustrations and everything, I'm just like, I'm done.
Well, I think another element here that's maybe like almost the elephant in the room, I feel like, is that you yourself have expressed a relative disinterest in internet things and a renewed interest in real life things too.
Sure,
you know,
but those things could go hand in hand.
Well, sure.
There's
I mean,
room
I
for both of
like,
them because I mean, at a certain point in time, those things coexisted, where both were happening and both were going very well. But the fact is, like, I just don't want to. I just hate it. Right. I just fucking hate it.
Well, I was saying that because people do, you know, I don't believe people majorly change necessarily, but people do experience different phases in their life. Hold on, I'm sword fighting a guy in Fortnite. Okay, I killed him. This guy's name was Eat Life. That might have been a bot. Okay, I died. But I got him, so that's fine. Because people do sometimes experience these phases in their life. You know, that might have been coming on regardless. Because, you know, as you phase at times, it's almost like a sense of prior negligence towards certain aspects of life, right? So now fleshing those out also just leaves you with less bandwidth to devote towards dealing with the bullshit of trying to run the show here, you know. So
it's coincidental, yeah, but like I said, I could have done both. It's just the fact is, I mean, at the juncture we're at, like I said, to get us back to where I think we should be is a rebuild that we hadn't seen since 2015. It would have taken a 2015 level effort, like with the Rust thing. It would have taken something like that. I mean, that's, in my opinion, essentially where we're at. And I mean, I certainly can. I just don't want to.
Well, yeah, I guess what I see as the challenge isn't necessarily even the effort or yeah, like I don't see it as necessarily intrinsic to the group either. I think what would make doing that hard now for me would be that there's just not anything to hook people with. Like
I'm sure there's something out there if we really looked.
But because we don't have one like game we're all in on and like spur at all hours, you know. Like
I mean, yeah, but we didn't then either. It just kind of came upon us because we were looking for it.
Right, but the difference there was that it was kind of a small group of just a couple people, and then you kind of took over a established group. Yeah, and then said established group kind of fell apart when the cemented interest of Rust was no longer there.
Well, no, it didn't. Well, that's not quite true. I mean, it didn't fall apart after Rust. We were able to parlay into some interesting things. It's just
right. But what I'm saying is the Rust thing that kept you all together in the first place wasn't there, and then as petty drama started popping
that's
up.
Accurate. Yeah,
you didn't have the unifying game that you were all playing together at the same time.
And in fact, I would say that this trend of like kind of degradation of the group or whatever has been going on since basically Rust fell by the wayside. So like maybe it's gone more frustrating lately, but
we found things to prop it up. The problem is that we found things to prop it up over the years, but it's just stopped.
Well, for example, like the I think maybe some of the flippant politics chat that now causes you grief for a time actually prolonged the collapse from happening, because we did lean on it for a little bit as kind of...
Oh, no, I fully recognize that, being partial, because a lot of people, and that was one of the catalysts for a lot of people later on in the Wonka thing who said, it's like, oh, I hate that Taylor made BMW political. It's like, okay, first off, it was always political. I didn't make it political. It's literally always. I wasn't the one photoshopping Taylor Swift's face on swastikas. That wasn't me. Believe it or not, that wasn't me. That was y'all. But the one thing that in 2017, when we talk about the infamous slump, the one thing that did keep us going was that we had that political thing to rally around, and that kept the culture churning until we could then find something else, which we did. And, things picked up and then obviously went very far downhill and then went really uphill again. And then, like I said, people got run off, and there I am just on my own trying to figure it out.
Well, I guess just having that element of there being one particular pursuit or game or whatever that everybody was all in on would certainly help reform certain things, though, I think. And
right,
even if the notion was to scrap everything and start over, right,
right.
you would still need that.
And the thing was, you know, I mean, let's be honest. Let's be real brutally honest here. The fact was, we kind of had that. We had that in the chamber. Dragonflight came out. Yeah, we're gonna get WIDEVERSE back together.
Well, okay, so yeah, I mean that was the other side of that. I was like saying, because you could if you had a unifying thing, you could start over fresh with that.
Yeah.
But also, I think if we had a unifying thing, we wouldn't need to start over. It would be enough to pull together the
right.
the
When I say hold on, when I say start over, I don't mean from like scratch. I just mean like. So it's a difference in like
reboot, like
it's the difference in like finding a new plot of land and building a house versus having a plot of land and a foundation and just putting a new house on top of it.
Right.
That latter is what we would be doing. And one of the big things we leaned on, of course, was WIDEVERSE. And which, I mean, the WoW is always a well that you can go to.
Sure. I mean, again, this is where my criticism would be like, yes, I get that like we hinged too much on one person running that show, kind of.
Well, there was a couple of people running it, and then one of them was gone, and then the other person just decided they didn't want to do it anymore.
Right.
Without really telling me, without really giving me any heads up.
Well, and I can understand some of it based on certain life circumstances.
Sure. But heads up would be nice.
Well, I guess the real impasse there is that after those individuals are out of the picture anyways, though, nobody's left that actually has an interest in running that shit, you know? Right. Like, I'll play the game, but I don't have an interest in being, like, a full-time,
right,
like, leader to the entire aspect of, you know? I don't have that in me either. So, like, I mean, that's the problem. Is, like, neither of us, I think, have a great interest in fulfilling that role in anything right now. So, and nor does anybody else in the group, apparently. So
yeah, apparently.
I think there's also the partial aspect that like big multiplayer games right now kind of suck.
Right, and that's why WoW I thought was just going to be a sure thing until it wasn't. So.
Even when I play WoW now, though, I do feel like just even pubbies are like a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying that we won't be able to recruit people if we were actually doing something consistently, but I do get like even in dungeons just the feeling that like pubbies are definitely more cagey about like getting involved with groups than they were back in the day. Like that's kind of annoying too.
I mean, you can still find them. We were back in early 21 when we had WIDEVERSE originally running. I mean, we found several really good guys. But again, it's just like there was no momentum to it. There was nothing carrying it on. And then we lost them. Because there's just, like, despite people, again, being in that planning inner circle, never really put in any effort to actually carry out those plans. Right. I'm not talking about you, by the way. I'm not talking about you.
Yeah.
You're the one. Literally, I mean, if you want to talk about 2017, how politics, the one thing that I think has gave us like a little extra boost, or maybe not us, but at least me, that kept it interesting.
Are we still alive?
Yeah, but I mean active within the WIDEVERSE is
I think he's asking if we were alive.
Oh, are we still alive? I thought you meant I'm still alive. I was like, yeah, I'm still alive.
No,
we're still alive.
Stream's alive. Oh,
yeah, we're still alive.
I won't say something.
No, go ahead and say it. Fuck it.
No, I won't.
Well, as long as, I mean, depending on the nature of it.
It's related to people that I would prefer are not on a VOD for them to. I mean, there's no shot they click on it, but you know.
Sure, that's fair.
All right, whatever. Anyway, you know what kind of kept it going was Beefy Boys .win club. I mean that gave us a shot in the arm that again I thought would do something. I will say, beefyboys.club/win is a win. I was trying to. I didn't want to make that fun.
Yeah,
I was searching for
and it's a club.
But it was a win for us for one reason, and I don't just look. I just want to say I'm not doing this to butter the guy up. I'm not doing this to jerk him around. I legitimately do like Phoenix. Bringing Phoenix in. Yeah, well, love him. Great guy.
He just said he's about to vanish for a bit, so good luck.
Well, that's
he's got his own situation. Yeah. That's understandable.
Sure.
like I said, I mean that's that. Well, there's another topic. Is it feels like literally everybody right now has like again extenuating circumstances in their lives.
Yeah, but everything you talk about, it's like this could, it's yeah, sure, it's the natural way of things, but a lot of it could be avoided by just like bringing new new people.
Well, yeah, if you had more people to
If you were like, because remember like back in the day we had like 2-3 new people come in a week. And yeah, a lot of them left. Most of them left. But you just cycled through them, and then you'd pick. We don't fucking anyone anymore for the past couple of years. Just nothing or anyone.
And again, I feel. I mean, I know you don't necessarily see it this way, but I do feel like some of that. There has to be something going on with. I feel like people just being less eager to join groups.
Maybe. Maybe you're right. Maybe this isn't a me thing, but you got to realize you're talking like the narcissist. So to say something is outside of my control is a foreign concept to me.
Well, and I think that's kind of the theme between your take on this and my take on this is that I'm content to accept what's a little bit out of our hands and write it out, because what the fuck else am I gonna do? Right? I mean,
leave.
Right, but it doesn't stress me out the way it seems like,
Because
to trouble you,
man, how do I say this without offending you?
Well, I was talking about your level of investment in the thing. Maybe
I was going to say because you didn't create it, right?
Well, sure.
I mean, you had a hand in it, but it's not.
I mean, some history books will disagree, but
well, yeah, but it's like it's not yours.
Sure.
So
yeah.
I mean, it's all right. Let me put it this way.
But we do have.
It's one thing to be a godfather, right? And so it's one thing to be an uncle. You're part of the family. You're a beloved part of the family. But it's another to be the father and to see something go to shit.
Okay. Well, I guess so. But I mean, maybe that's why I'm willing to.
And especially because I've pulled this out of the fire 2 or 3 times now. Right?
Sure.
Successfully. To have to do it again. I just can't. I can. But I'm not.
Since I'm of the mind that it's fine to tread water for the time being and evaluate how it changes anyways, that's why I'm willing to sit here and remain involved in overseeing at least the
and that's the difference. I just can't do stagnation. Stagnation drives me insane.
Right.
So.
Well, for me, it's just it's living to fight another day, right, and finding the opportunity that maybe down the line.
Yeah, but I'm kind of a more die with honor kind of guy, so.
Well, that's interesting because I heard you don't intend to die. So
if you were really gonna die with honor, you should like ban oxballs on your way out.
Some say I still could, but
all I'm saying is like, homie got the invite to Beefy, which fair. His content was definitely more beefy, but now it's just the same 10 Twitter posts every day.
Yeah,
I mean,
Oxballs is the worst person we've ever had in Beefy Boys. And I don't know if he's doing it on not Beefy Boys.
He is the
Beefy
pure like existence of just white noise posting.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I get it. Again, it doesn't bother me so much because I just see it as like, okay, he's contributing at least like some level of news to talk about for the people who do actually want to talk about things if they want to react to it or whatever.
Yeah, but what is his actual engagement rate?
Well, I think
does anyone hardly ever even like? Okay, what is the rate on this? Him posting something, someone responding to it, and then him engaging in a conversation on it. That's a near zero number.
Okay, sure.
I think the most notable points are when he like has some absolutely fucking fucked in the head food take, and that he posts about like 15 studies to defend.
Those are humorous, but it's one of those things like that bit gets real old real fast.
Well, I mean, the other thing too is, I mean, if the people who would normally talk about these things have a pretty dim view of him, so we're not necessarily engaging in good faith either. And then,
but but we have that dim view because we attempted to engage.
I was saying, but if what he's left with is talking to fucking like Rizzo and shit, then like,
worse than death.
I could see how maybe the conversations aren't the most engaging between the parties involved either. I don't know.
What the post of his I was specifically referencing recently is where like he just posts 15 different Twitter clips of violence happening in a city, like no shit, there's violence happening in the city. I don't need to see every crime that occurs in
Yeah.
I would agree. I mean, this is definitely in my wheelhouse of going. If you're gonna post anything, like I think it's good to have kind of a narrative to attach to it of your own recounting. Like I mean, I'm big on my blurbs, big on my exposition.
Yeah, it's just and you really see it because like I have him and a couple of other people blocked. I know that's bitch made, but it's for my own sake. Sure. It's one thing, and you really understand like how big the white noise is when you do like, because I don't read I haven't read the wide wiki, or not wide wiki, the wide Discord in like almost not a month, like 2-3 weeks now. Haven't read it once, but BEEFY, which I'm getting very close to also not ever reading again. I go over and it's like you see how many like blocked messages there are, and you really understand just how much white noise is going on, just how much inane bullshit it is. And like I said, you're right. It has always been that way. You're right. But there's not anyone left that's a really like hard pipe hitting personality dude to counter that. So
yeah, I mean.
Also, there's a small chance that I just realized I haven't seen Crumb talk in several days. I think the bridge might be dead. I didn't kill it. Let me look into that because I haven't seen him talk in a while.
He hasn't said anything to me on.
He may not realize it.
One. I feel like if he hasn't seen a post on his end for days, he would suspect something had happened.
Yeah, it's dead.
Is it just the server failed or something?
Unexpected EOF. I don't know what that means. What was the timestamp on that? Doesn't give one.
It's good log.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why I haven't seen a terrible take in a couple of days. Whoops.
I don't dislike Crumb as much.
Listen, I've said this before. I will never hate someone for being who they are. Right?
Well, yeah.
Like
I mean, if he will talk. He might be awful, but he will talk.
Yeah, and he's a personality. He's certainly a unique personality. But that's okay. Even if I don't like the personality, I appreciate the flavor you're bringing. But if you're a dime a dozen commentary culture nobody, an utter fucking loser, I have no time for you. And
Crumb is better than effectively being a human Twitter bot.
Yeah. And Crumb's okay. Crumb has reasons for why he hates things, and they're utterly insane and based in his undiagnosed schizophrenia. But that's still better than being the guy who's like, did you see what the Cabbage Man 1942 said? It's like, no, I didn't. Wow, I didn't. Did you see the news drama about the new fucking, rice farm simulator game? No, I didn't. And I don't care. Couldn't give less of a shit. So
I'd play a rice farm simulator.
In summation, I don't have a summation for once.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay, so I get it. Like, I mean, sure, I could just ban Oxballs. I mean,
yeah, but the thing is, like I said, it's not just Oxballs. It's probably 5 to 10 other people that need to go. But the problem is,
Well, look, I'll admit, I do have a problem where I'm not sometimes as decisive as I should be either, maybe, and
well, I mean that you're, as I've said before, you're a very laissez-faire kind of guy, which is fine.
I try to hope that like if you just encourage the right culture instead, and eventually it takes place that the shitty people get drowned out and fuck off.
And I used to think that was a weakness of yours, but I think it's a strength actually, because it balances out. Obviously me, who's very much like, I'm fucking Alexander with a Gordian knot. You're sitting there trying to pull at it and go, well, let's see what I'm doing. And I'm just like, no, I'm cutting this bitch in half. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, sure.
So,
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I could, but I could.
But you shouldn't, honestly.
I think that if we, kind of what you're saying, if we had enough people who were having kind of contributing real input more often, then you wouldn't really even care so much that those other people were even
I wouldn't. I really wouldn't.
so it would just be proportionately less.
But like I said, that's my problem. Like these personality, like everyone has a personality, right? But a lot of people just have kind of like the stock OS, right?
Right.
Like a lot of people are just Windows, you know. But I like people, and this is ironic because I hate Linux, but I don't want just Windows. I want the fucking Arch Linux version 8.10.
Is you want autistic individuals?
I want people who are interesting. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to see the same shit over and over again. But I mean, yeah. So I guess that's the summation. It's like there was just a decision to be made. It's like, what's better for WIDEVERSE? You know, me starting another fucking cataclysm again, or me just leaving.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, as much as I'm willing to kind of let it rest as it is for now, I do think pretty often about what can be done about the problems here, and
right.
if there is any obvious solution. And right, the truth is there isn't for now.
No, if there was an obvious solution, I would have done it.
Right.
But the problem is all the solutions are very hard and require a lot of work that frankly it's not that I don't want to do it. I just don't. It's not even that I can't. I guess I just shouldn't. Maybe that's it. Maybe I just shouldn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's definitely questions to be asked about why people feel certain ways about certain things and their motivations and so on.
Right.
Like, I think that, you know, that's kind of where I'm at of just evaluating what's important to me, I guess, as well. And I mean, do I, if I have more aspirations for doing stuff in real life myself too, right? Like, is it that important to me that I have the ideal online, you know, group as well? You know, like I've said this before, that right now, like having the group being big and thriving actually doesn't really matter to me unless it also generates income, basically.
Right.
You know, like it's cool to have a successful gaming group or whatever. Like that was cool to have, but I don't. Part of the problem is I don't actually enjoy games that much anymore myself either.
Right.
And you know, barring a couple that I stick with, and the priority is kind of like unless they're really really interesting people in terms of like having them in a server or whatever, it's only really useful to me if they're somehow generating, you know, some sort of income or word of mouth that leads to income. So
right. Yeah, and I don't disagree. Like it's great, but white noise sucks if you're not profiting from it.
Sure.
Yeah, and things only really have real meaning and worth to me if they have worth.
Well, to me, I guess it's just I see the most obvious path. Hold on, Zoe's trying to get in the room. Give me a second.
Oh my god! Once again, we are confounded.
Oh fuck! It's 4 a.m.
Yeah, I just noticed it's 3 for as well. So we're gonna have to wrap this shit up today. I gotta go to church in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's all good. Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I think that one of the surest paths. Shut up, Zoe. Is to you know, to some of the things we talked about, if those ever do, you know, hopefully in some measure take off, you know.
Damn, that bitch is loud.
Cheers.
It would be, yeah, she just wants pets. That it would be perhaps one route to getting people around who are more present for a particular purpose,
yeah,
or contribute towards our bottom line, you know.
Right. Yeah, and maybe that's the thing. Maybe we've just gotten to the point where, you know, just having.
Well, because if we're not, shut up, Zoe. If we're not, that personally invested in group gaming for any number of reasons or whatever, for example, and if that was before what held things together to a certain degree, then maybe the new thing that is still being developed, right, is perhaps. Like I think people are at their best when they're kind of forming whatever their lifestyle is and whatever their interest, you know, whatever they're actually enthusiastic about becomes the core of the thing. Like if you're not actually interested personally in something, you're not gonna be able to keep up with it very long, and it's not gonna be fun for anybody. And people can tell, you know, like that you don't really give a shit about the thing anymore. So if you have a genuine interest in something, that certainly helps with forming stuff around it. So
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of the issue. That's maybe that is it. I mean, maybe we are already kind of like page one rewriting, and we just didn't really.
well, I mean, certainly, you know, I've felt for a while that like I've, you know, in my own life, I felt like I've been in an in between for a while. So
Yeah.
and I think that has translated to what I'm seeing here too, in some ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's I suppose it's good to get all that off the chest, but I mean, you know, to sum it up and start getting out of here, I mean that's the reason, but I just don't see it changing, honestly. And
Right.
I mean, to make it change would require a monumental effort that I just don't believe I have in me anymore, because it would just require so much change. Like, it would require a change in how I approach things. It would require a change in kind of who I'm taking advice from. You know, there are so many toes would have to be stepped on, so many feelings would have to be hurt. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So it is what it is. So yeah, Phoenix is telling us good night, which means it's time for us to get the hell out of here.
Hydrate.
Yeah, good one. Good show up until we started crying and bitching about our stupid little dumb group.
Well, I mean, we haven't talked about things like this for a while. On
It has been a while. Yeah, it has been a while. So it is, you know, it is kind of ironic though, discussing all this being, I mean, we are 2 weeks from next Friday, or well, actually two shows from next Saturday. We will be doing our 20th anniversary. So ironic with that right around the corner that we have these issues. So
I believe it's been 20 years since I was born already.
Yeah, you're not 20. Fuck off.
I'm 20.
No, you're not. You're like 80. So, all right. Well, that's then. That's April 1st. We'll deal with that then. So, let's get out of here.
Yep.
Say goodbye, boys, without making it weird. Don't make it weird. Just 1 week. Don't make it weird.
Beef out.
Okay. No.